first.
You know, I know Vivian in real life, and she kind of looks like her, but not quite. That's going to be amazing when she comes out. But hello, everybody. My name is LaTigers. I'm joined by two completely new individuals. We got Gormizer all the way over there, and then Mr. Cuss Cutie himself, one of our latest qualifiers to the World Championship. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I don't have to play today, so all the stress is off my back, and it's on these teams today. So
a lot of relief coming off your shoulders.
Absolutely.
Relax.
Yeah, absolutely.
But still, that analytical mind working in the back.
Oh, I'm still picking some things up here and there. You know?
I feel you on that. What about you, Gormizer? How you doing?
I'm just excited. The games today so far have been awesome, and I'm excited to see more because I think we're starting to hit that point where the sets are going to get a lot closer.
A couple 3-0s. We started off with a 3-1 with Purity, which is actually one of the teams we're going to be visiting in a moment. But a little quicker after that. SK Gaming we haven't gotten to see since a little bit of time now, but SK and Purity will be facing off against one another. But you're quite familiar with SK.
Stozy, Bitey, Wi-Fi. Oh, see, this is the team I enjoy.
We know them in and out. They know us in and out. And this set should be one for the record books here. I think it's going to be a very good set.
So how do you expect them specifically as a team to perform?
SK, I feel like they're going to come out swinging. I think they're going to stick to what they know. I know that they want to change up a little bit, especially after what we saw yesterday with like the bulk up buck and everything. I know that they're looking at some other things. I don't expect it to come out here today. I think they're going to just stick to what they know. But it should be a pretty clean set. I expect Purity to maybe sneak one by, maybe. But it's going to be a good set overall.
What about you, Gore?
I mean, it comes down again. We're looking at PPL versus PGS. We've just been seeing a lot of strength coming down from the Premier League teams coming down, where they just don't falter as much. They don't make as many mistakes, and when it comes down to it, they're very confident in their drafts. So I expect it's going to be a strong showing from SK again. Purity, I agree, kind of might have a chance in there. There's going to be some bumps in the road for SK, but they're definitely going to be very solid.
Now, Cuss, you have a lot of shot calling experience within your team, and Bitey considers himself one of the leaders of SK as well. So what are your thoughts on him in that leadership role?
If you're going into a set and it's going to be a tough set, there's nobody you want at the helm more than Bitey. Very loud, very energetic, great player to watch, great player to play with. I get the opportunity to play with him and pick up games all the time. He's just an all-around great guy, great player, great shot caller. Couldn't ask for anybody else in that role.
Versatility within his champion pool. We see him on the Ruckus there. There was a Ruckus pentakill earlier, so if he comes through with the Ruckus, he's probably going to try and give that a run for his money. But Gormizer, what are your thoughts on his play?
I mean, we've seen a lot of like aggressive frontliners come down through the league. He played a lot of Ash, a lot of Fernando. It's something to kind of get the ball rolling for his team. But you saw there, Jin coming through. Like, surprisingly enough, it's one of the teams that have been running it and being successful with it.
Cuss, what wins? Bandana or G2 Scarf?
I'm going to have to go with the G2 Scarf. I'm rocking it here today. We already got the W out of the way, but got to give respect to the bandana. Have to.
We were actually just talking about the pentakill that happened earlier on the Ruckus, and that did come out of Purity, and I'm sure they're looking to make another stellar performance. So, Gormizer, what did you think of their gameplay?
I think they showed a lot of synergy, and
played better
specifically
than
how to rock.
There's Red X.
There was a ton of damage
on
coming
the right
down from him. Him and Red X really did a ton to set their team up and get them rolling, kind of open up the points, the pushes, every single thing that they needed to do. But I feel like they didn't adapt as quickly. I think they got the ball rolling, but Gangstars were still kind of keeping them on their toes every step of the way.
Rock Monkey, a player so good, they showed him twice. But with that, what were your thoughts on his gameplay and the rest of the team?
Rock Monkey, we need to look forward to his play. He's going to be one of the big keys to either success or failure for Purity. I think you can also look at a few things like, is Rubu going to get that Ruckus that he's so well known for? I know that's going to be a very highly contested pick. And on top of that, I think can SK make Redix a little bit uncomfortable? Can they try to ban away a blaster, maybe pick the other one, and put Redix out of his comfort zone? I think that's going to be a pretty big key.
That's going to be a big thing for him.
Although
he plays really good.
Are going to be off of the table
other
for
people,
this
but
one.
his biggest thing is
with
blasters.
those bans being away, Cuss, do you have any idea of what strategies SK might be going for?
I'm pretty sure SK is going to go ahead and look for, you know, the standard maps like a Jaguar Falls or something, just to get the comfort level out there. I don't expect to see any crazy maps at all during this set.
What about you, Gore?
I mean, speaking of standards, Matt, like taking 2 off the board, like Frog Isle and Stonekeep are some of the more comfortable maps that players tend to go to. So it'd be interesting. We always talk about, you know, like Ice Mines and Frozen Guard as those maps that are like, hey, I'm going to try to trip you up. Of course, they've been coming in a lot more recently, but it'd be interesting to maybe see if one of these teams has that kind of in their pocket just to pull it out. Like a Timber Mill would be baffling.
Yeah.
And this isn't the first time that we're going to see Bright Marsh as the start-off map. So with that, we know that Einara is very comfortable there, and there are some other ones that tend to come out a little bit more. But Cuss, are there any champions that you expect to see pretty much auto-locked?
Auto-locked today, Bomb King.
Yeah.
If SK is willing to go ahead and look for that buck, I'm expecting to see that during this set. They might avoid it a little bit.
I want to see Redix on Buck.
Ruckus in this competition.
But he says that
Ruckus, that's the key matchup here.
he says that Rock Monkey is going to be playing Buck instead when
it
they
was
line
on
it up.
Bright Marsh that Ruru got the pentakill with the Ruckus. So maybe that's going to be a fighting point, Gore.
It'll be interesting to see if they go in with it, because there was a lot of setup that brought them out for that. Inara getting taken down, I think, is really big here, and it kind of opens it up. There's a lot of setup for a Ruckus to get something like a pentakill coming through, and it was one of those like perfect moment, perfect opportunity.
SK got rid of Bomb King, of course they did.
I'm not sure Purity will be
Today's
able to
this isn't gonna map for Drogos,
still have a lot of
but I guarantee he might even go Drogos because
with Einara and Bomb King taken off, Makoa locked in first. Nothing too out of the ordinary with this, but Androxus and Terminus will be the first lock-ins for SK.
I think that Androxus lock-in is really big. They're trying to scare Redix away from that Drogos. I think that's a great pick here, and let's see what Purity can respond with here.
Purity does like their Drogos. We did see that in their earlier set and performed fairly admirably with that. So with having somebody on the roster for SK that can
I feel like the SK is going to outdraft.
Could be a bit of an issue. Gore, do you still expect them to go with a pick like that?
I wouldn't mind seeing it, because he was running the combustible. He was doing a lot of poke damage, which I think is what kind of helps set up the rest of the team, especially with something like a Shaolin on the roster. It's someone who's like, I'm going to get them low. You just kind of pick them off with your arrows and find them. You can see. Well, Bitey seems happy.
Yeah, a lot of enthusiasm there. By the looks of it, he's feeling pretty good about how things are going down. Do you think that this is pretty much exactly what SK is hoping for?
Yeah, I think SK is ecstatic with their draft. I see that Purity went with that Shaolin. I think the reason they went with that Shaolin is Andro and Shaolin are sort of Rock Monkey's go-to characters. They want to make sure that he's comfortable going into this set because he is the primary carry for them. But unfortunately, SK gets that Ruckus, so
Grok.
You know, we'll see what Rubu's going to play here.
Is he really going to play Grok?
If I had to guess.
Yeah, Fernando actually being the last lock-in on the side of Purity. That is the thing.
I mean, I've seen him play Grok before, but like he.
And Gore, I don't know. Purity might let that shake him a little bit.
It's something.
Redix isn't going to play good on this match. I'm not going to lie.
Because they saw how effective Ruckus can be on this map. They're like, okay, well, we just gave them really good setup for a Ruckus to come in and potentially go up against us. But they also have to worry about this Androxus, about the Terminus as well, who we saw he's kind of had mixed performances, but he's still really strong, especially during kind of just the initial point capture, being able to kind of get in there and just smack people down.
So with Purity being locked in right here, Cuss, what are your thoughts on them?
Here comes the Zen. Look at that. I'm looking at this and I'm seeing, is Vex gonna have a good game here? If Vex can come out and throw those healing numbers up that we all know that he can do, I'm looking at this draft and I see SK coming out ahead.
Yeah, well,
the draft wise, I definitely think SK is good.
Let the casters tell us.
No way, they can't pick Drogo. It's not with Stalzy on
here we are. Welcome
freaking Andro.
How you been?
Redix would get absolutely destroyed.
All event.
I know, this is our first one together. It's good stuff, man. And SK, their draft looking solid. The Zin, gonna be that question mark, but I think it's something solid that they're looking for. And this has been, I think, undisputed most successful map.
Sure, and what do you think about the Grok pick on the side of Purity? They're going to go double support, and that kind of was like the chink in the chain in the draft for me, at least for them.
Grok has worked here. For anyone outside of G2, it hasn't worked much except for here. So almost similar to the Zin, right? Where it can work here, and this is where I'm most confident in it working. But Grok, for me, I don't know. If you don't have the pip and this isn't a Grover map,
right.
I think this is a decent pick in those off-support categories. But
I mean, it can work, but it's gonna be Ryzen on the freaking Grok.
Paper, who do you have taking this one?
SK.
SK, all right.
SK,
I have to go with SK
like,
as well. Just once again, based on the whole PPL training regimen.
I don't know. I don't think the
draft's
right.
It's just that, you know, it's there.
They have one
see Redx on the
question mark
Grok.
in their draft ball.
Rock Monkey, Tooney, yeah.
Exclamation points, I think is the better way to put it.
Don't I feel feels okay.
Stolzy on Androxus, Wi-Fi on Terminus, Vex 30 on Maldamba. Forget about it.
Prince, oh, they have Prince Danny too? I totally forgot. Right.
And when Purity won, I mean, I saw Rubu kind of.
I like how they give Stolzy to
Andrew
Andrew instead of Prince Danny.
You know, it's just the preparation there is on another level for the PPL team.
Well, we're going to ride out now to start this one off. SK Gaming versus Purity here on Bright Marsh. As we see Rock Monkey, he's going to take around.
Rock Monkey needs to basically carry.
Find Bitey up top, but
he didn't plant
damage.
That's kind of weird. Normally we see Shalins go straight into planted, but staying on the move, not locking yourself down is going to be important.
You're right.
First blood does go to SK, Paul.
Yeah, that's right. Rubu will fall. 27% Purity gets on the objective, and now it's Prince Danny. He's going to hunt down Rock Monkey. Good night. Takes him down to the death screen.
Just the hug of death. They had him pincered in a corner, nowhere for the rocks to go. They could smell what he was cooking, and they ate it on up. Stolzy takes down Redx as well. Ooh, long-range hook, but does Stolzy live?
Now, we've seen this, you know, Nick, so many times in the PGS. William has a very good Makoe, has come out a lot of times in the PGS. Prince Danny and SK, they're really prioritizing this Zen pick. They've gone to it a ton throughout this event.
Yeah, it's definitely Bitey inspired, but I think it's been executed by everyone, or it's been executed by Danny, all except one time. We saw on Splitstone Quarry, actually, of all places, Bitey was the one to pull that out. That's where SK went for the triple DPS, and it hasn't made a massive splash.
He does wear glasses. I didn't know he wears glasses.
But he is sort of that flanker. He's gotten a lot smarter about how he positions, how he takes fights, and those are all very important sins. But one thing I noticed when they were picking, because I was actually sitting behind them for a game, was he was just like, let me make the play. They were kind of getting aggressive, almost that they didn't have that full trust in Danny Zin to be able to make the play just yet. And frankly, they're a little bit justified for doing that. He hasn't quite proven himself on it, but he's ready for it. He is confident in his Zin. And that's what makes me think it's going to be a power pick for SK.
I was more surprised that SK did not land Danny on Androxus. We saw him
that's what I'm saying.
In the PPL. He was using Mave as well as his counter, but Mave's fallen off a little bit ever since the 9 lines cleanse. Cauterize disappeared there. We haven't seen any Mave, but Danny just has not looked comfortable.
I'll tell you what, man. Stolzy has played blasters for SK, but he doesn't want to. I think at the end of the day, I don't want to throw bombs. I don't want to shoot rockets. I want to shoot dudes with a gun.
Yeah.
And I think if any situation arises in which SK is going to be able to ban out Bomb King and they can grab an Androxus to deter or scare the other team away from Drogos, they are going to take that 110% of the time. Stolzy and Danny would rather play those hit scan champions.
But someone on that, I mean, I know that Stolzy has the Bomb King in his arsenal, but someone has got to, I feel, pick up these blasters. I know Drogos has fallen off a little bit.
There's just not a love for it.
I know. But, like, see, you're right, though. Stolzy, Victor, Strix, and then also now, you know, all hit scan really in his arsenal as well. Do you feel like that's a weakness of the team?
Absolutely, Paul.
Has to be, right?
As always, this is something they haven't been strong with, something they're not in love with. They can do it, but they're not in love with it. That's not
Shut up, Doggo. Commentating.
And that has been and will continue to be something that hurts SK is the disdain for the blaster class.
Do you feel that they should make a push to learn this champion from here to HRX if they qualify?
They know it. I don't know if it's ever going to be something Stolzy loves and is super comfortable with. You're seeing that.
She got smite jacket
Bomb King is allowed. He's not going to be. Vex won't allow it to go 8th, but like against Mouse Sports, that chain reaction Bomb King going to Anjadoodle 8th, forget about it. That's a loss.
Fair enough, as we're taking a look now at Vex, and Vex had, some people have been saying he rivals because Cutie is the best healer in NA, but unfortunately SK had fallen.
He's used to playing on
I think Powtex.
Put him on 140-40, he's a legend.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it plays out. And what's going to be the key to Purity to beat SK if they do have a chance?
Rock Monkey on his win conditions, as well as getting Red X where he is comfortable.
I agree.
Fair enough. 63% for SK Gaming. Purity.
They need to put Red X where he's comfortable, and on Grok, to be honest, it's not.
Some damage.
It's not
Rock Monkey does find Prince Danny here in the back lines. Danny looking for a flank.
Rock is an absolute nut. He's going to wait out this counter. He's going to land the shot. The planets aren't good enough because Danny goes straight into Billow.
Stolzy, he'll take down William. Red X will actually find Bitey there. Dread Serpent did come out from Vex, and now it's Danny once again. He takes down Rock Monkey, and he's targeting him, Nick. We've seen him multiple times.
The back line, he could start going off here.
Oh, they haven't even captured yet. I totally forgot.
He found Rock Monkey, and he's scaring away the rest of this Purity lineup off the high ground. This is getting down to the wire, though, Paul.
99 to 96. Purity's actually in the lead right now. They might take
he's
the
gonna
first
ult.
point, but Bitey is gonna have something to say about that.
Told
He
ya.
enters Hexafire. Looking to take down Rock Monkey.
So
Get out of
easy,
there,
you know,
but
when he's
Bitey gets
ulting.
taken out also.
Bitey does not get a lot for that Hexafire. He couldn't decide on what target he wanted to go
Are they actually
for.
gonna take
Overtime
this?
is expiring. Wi-Fi is about to fall.
Oh shit, they might take that.
Animate. Is it online? And not activated yet. Rock
Oh,
Monkey and
shit.
Wind up finding two, and SK
Purity
Gaming, they're
took
gonna
it.
lose the first objective here to Purity.
If SK Gaming lose a map, lose the first
That
map
would be
to
crucial.
Purity, that could crush them. I think morale-wise,
Nice
Danny
hook.
keeping him on a high horse is going to be important through this set. And not opening the set with him
You
on a
are
power
excited knowing
pick
the players.
is something that is definitely a risk.
This
for
used to be the
Really
top
hurts
NA
him.
team
Go
right
ahead and do
here.
it again. Maeve was
Is
a
why
power
I'm
pick. It's
curious.
gone now. It's not there. He has to flex over to Zen as we see Wi-Fi. He'll take down Red X there. Rock Monkey will walk into the Dread Serpent. SK Gaming, they're looking for a defensive stop here. 153 remain on this payload as Purity is chugging along, but they're going to get held up a little bit.
And they do let the
Like, this is Wi-Fi Stallsy, freaking Bitey.
And what the big thing is against this matchup in particular,
Nice.
is Rock Monkey's power picks are Stolzy and Danny's power picks.
Exactly.
Right. Droxus, the Shaolin, and the Eevee. It almost feels like he is the Dragon Ball Z evolution of the two.
Well, the thing is that, you know, maybe SK Gaming as Toonie takes down Bitey here. Bitey's
They're
fallen a
pushing
couple
it good.
times
He's
now.
gonna ult.
Rock Monkey cannot get the Shaolin. When he's on Shaolin, as we see the Tempest come, actually it's going to be the reanimate here. Rock Monkey in the back.
That was
line,
a bad
they're gonna
ult
take
from the
down Wi-Fi
Terminus.
right away, or at least try to.
They're
They're
getting
down
pushed
for SK
back.
Gaming. Nick and 113 remain. Purity might score this one.
Into the planet he goes. Rock Monkey still firing away.
Discord is
on
broken.
streak,
I think that's why they have to
looking for
stop
more.
it,
There's
is
3
because they have to
members
switch to the
currently alive for
TeamSpeak
SK Gaming.
phone.
Vex has just respawned.
Kill the
but
Zen.
This is it. They
Oh,
can't
boy.
afford to lose anything else.
And Droxus stole
They're
on the right-hand side.
they're gonna
Rock
they're gonna
Monkey smells blood.
oh they're gonna win it.
Now it's Toonie.
Oh man.
And it is Rock Monkey with the heat haze, and he is going off contested.
Just
50
took him
seconds,
out.
4 are down, and that's
Holy
gonna do it.
shit.
Purity.
Good streaks coming out.
Holy
from him down
shit.
The stretch. The Rock.
Oh, it's back now?
Can't stop him. Today has been his day. He has had, I think, one of the best North American EVs that we've seen across both PPL and PGS teams. He's been incredible stuff.
up, Maggie?
Smart cancel there. That was a big moment because he couldn't find a target for that Hexafire, Paul.
And look at Red X, Nick. 42K here on the damage chart.
He's got
Leading by
42K with
9,000.
Grok.
It's 5 members of Purity that are on kill streaks right now. SK Gaming, they look flustered. They look a little discombobulated. But this time around, it's actually not Prince Danny. He's 3-3
To
right
3.
now.
Yeah,
Instead of
I
1-1.
lost on. I might just
I
reconnecting.
expect him, as long as he's playing smart on Zen, he's not going to be dying a lot. It's how much is he getting done? Is that distraction value being worth it? We've seen it once. He shut down right after actually that
Danny's
lead play
losing.
when
Yeah,
Rock
man.
Monkey canceled his plan and came back into Slave Bitey. That's when you saw Danny get to the back line, shut Rock Monkey down, and then start to get some distraction value among the remainder of Purity. That type of stuff, especially with a low frag slash line, is going to be important. Distraction value is nearly
I don't know why he
everything
hooked
good.
him there.
They got to find an answer for Rock Monkey.
If I'm SK, I am not prioritizing the Bomb King ban. I'm prioritizing Shaolin to either be picked
See,
up
if they don't do that, though,
or-
Red X is
and
going to start
drafting
fucking
the
them
other,
up.
And then sticking him on Eevee.
See, I disagree completely with you saying. I think they misunderestimating Red X a
He's been
bit.
looking good on the Bomb King,
See, that's what he's
but
saying.
best on the Drogos.
Exactly.
Drogos being the more
I-
counterable of the two picks, I think that's good for SK.
I don't know,
Maybe
man.
you can
His
counter
Bomb
out the
King's
Drogos. You
good.
can maybe let it go.
His
Put
Bomb King
Stolzy
is legendary,
on
man.
Bomb King. You can still put Danny on Androxus if you want, but Bomb King seems like it could be a play for SK. And I honestly, thinking back, I don't think they've run it at all this tournament yet.
Yeah, no, they. SK Gaming, if
And it's
they
land
It's
ping
Wi-Fi.
too, so it's like Stolzy, I feel like you'd be pretty strong on it here.
The thing that's
Land
scary
ping.
about SK is that, first off, if they lose this set for whatever reason, it will be the biggest upset of the tournament.
No,
I
shut
think
up.
So, at least. SK Gaming was supposed
I
to
would
win
agree.
this
They
thing.
were the #1 seed in
Right.
North America. You can't forget that.
Yeah. And as we start now into the second round, 10% for Purity. Bitey, he's going to head up top again, but the
That's
same thing
exactly
will come out this
exactly
time for
same
Rock
as
Monkey,
last.
Hear the spite in the back line. Danny trying to find the first frag. It looks like it went on to Rock Monkey, but he'll be okay for now. He's going to retain his 11 streak and his HP.
23% come out.
They
of
can't
there.
let those
27.
streaks
Now it's
build
Purity
up
on
again like they did
objective.
last time.
30% to 30%, but it's rising. Both members of SK Gaming are very
Yeah,
weak
they're
at the
Red
back
X.
line, and William will take down Prince Danny to start things off.
They're taking it again, man.
Out to keep this Grok nice and healthy. Look at all these streak numbers from Purity. Rubu pushing forward. Bitey regards this man as one of the great tanks. The Dread Serpent comes out.
That was
but
a
Rubu
bad
stays
ult.
alive.
Immortal's going to come out for Rubu.
Red's on Purity, yeah. He's playing the
32%
Grok right now.
objective. Wi-Fi's going to get on it.
What
but
the heck's
Rock
this
Monkey,
Terminus
the
doing?
Twitch shots coming out from him.
Nice!
One onto Stolzy.
Oh, get the triple.
Wi-Fi, whatever you want to call him, and it could be a third.
Ah, yeah.
You're gonna get credit for that kill, but it feels like Rock Monkey putting in the work.
Oh my God, he's such a hard carry, man.
For Rock Monkey, who
Such a hard carry.
16 streak.
Nick, we can't ignore this anymore. Prince Danny does not look comfortable on the Zin. Might not be his fault. He might be forced on that due to the draft of the rest of the members of SK Gaming, but it is not working out. SK Gaming, they look discombobulated.
You can take maybe the Shaolin and the Andro for Danny and Stolzy. They can both.
Rock Monkey's just a hard carry, man.
Right. You get Rock Monkey onto his third
Withdraw, man.
which
There you go.
albeit still has looked good.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you're having that type of day, you're just having that type of day.
I mean, he was hitting
Here we go.
shots in the air. He does come out. He's looking to take down
Here goes
Stolzy
Stolzy.
here. We'll probably connect.
Bye.
Oh, man. This might be a 4-0 in favor of Purity.
They're looking forward, trying to find the kills there.
Oh, man, he's going to do it.
Monkey, 19 streak. He's
They're going to do it.
20.
Yeah,
Jump off the edge, dude. Don't give. I wouldn't right now, but like, if they lose it,
of North America and EU respectively, to be into the PPL if you need some.
Rock Monkey, man, he is absolutely a nutter right now. This could be the final team fight. SK come roaring in.
Here comes.
Trying to make a statement.
Rock Monkey hasn't been touched. He's on a 20 kill streak right now. Nick, 124 remains. Finally, Stolzy takes him
There's
down.
his ult. He's got an
SK
ult,
got to
though.
do a better job at finding the Shaolin. He's not too hard to locate, but they got to get him.
And look how easy that team fight is after
It
that.
changed, right?
Look at how easy that team fight. I was saying, I never made the comment, but I was
Who's
thinking
Rock
to
Monkey?
myself,
I don't
is that
actually
this
know.
Purity draft outside of Rock Monkey doesn't have a lot of frag
Shaolin
potential.
better,
Looking
right?
at the Makoa that is going to do good damage, but most importantly, pull somebody into a terrible spot.
Right.
But if they can just continue to find Rock Monkey in the backline, I think these fights gets very easy for SK.
And I have to agree. 50 seconds remain now. Dread Serpent from the Vex is going to come
That was
out.
a good
Rock
Dread
Monkey's
Serpent.
going to find two, though. Whiffle as well as Stolzy are going to fall. And, man, this could go all the way, Nick.
He has to come back 80% on the Heat Haze Paul. That's really
Take out the
important.
Mal.
If he can find Vex here, they do.
They're done. They're done. They don't have no healing.
Gonna get a kill. Rock Monkey gets another. He's going right into planted. So intelligent coming out from Rock Monkey.
He's dead. That's it, boys. That is it.
No.
Call it counts. No, it's done.
Now 27%, 96%.
Boom.
Oh, no.
4-0, man.
With a
Holy
4-0
shit.
Sweep on Bright Marsh. Take game one off the North American first.
Anyone on Purity can frag. Stolzy's like, holy shit, we just got fucked up.
Start things off for Purity. In your mind for Purity to take
He
it.
is discouraged. Holy shit. Look at Redix's damage. 70,000.
Croc gets a lot of free damage because it bounces around, blah, blah, blah. That's not important. What is important is all 63,000 of that.
Look at his eliminations. 18-9. Rock Monkey.
He was finding the frags. Williams 6-1.
They're gonna ban Shaolin, man.
Pretty incredible. 2 20 streaks, almost 3 Rubu, making it north of 19, but they got to find an answer for
That's
this
Rock
man
Monkey, I believe.
right
Yeah.
here.
He's a problem. And the one thing I want to note there in the scores tab was the assist column. The assist column was bouncing 15 to 20 across the charts here, besides Rock Monkey, who was the one cleaning up all those assists. When you took it down over to SK, they were around 5, 7, 3, 4. I mean,
They were getting any kills, period, man.
They just got 4-0'd against a PGS team. People were saying Gang Stars were the EU team to watch out for coming into it, but Purity, they're representing North America well.
Incredible stuff.
Look at this. Pop.
Finds the big shutdown onto Stolzy. Slays Wi-Fi. This is where he could have almost gotten the quadra kill, just missed that last hit on Bitey, and then he does find Danny here. Big, big plays from Rock Monkey, and I think, you know, with this much power pick overlap between Stolzy, Danny, and Rock Monkey, you maybe have to look to get him where he's most uncomfortable, which is traditionally from what we've seen the Eevee, but even that is looking good today.
Yeah, the lesser of two evils still might
See, like, they can't do that, because then Redix will jump on Bomb King and just, like, do this.
You know what, though? I would deal with that, because if you get beat by Purity and Rock Monkey is on Eevee, I mean, hey, I'll take that. Knowing that I had Prince Danny on Shaolin, knowing or Androxus, and vice versa to the other one over there, the Stolzy. But if you just keep giving him Shaolin or Androxus, and he just does that again and again and again, I mean...
They're not going to pick Shaolin and Droxus, though. They won't do that. They won't pick Shaolin and Droxus and ban
Number 2, it'll be
DK.
Jaguar
That's
Falls.
stupid.
Similar start to the last set that we just watched, but there is map similarities here. It's closed in.
It does
We
look
actually
good,
saw
Doggo.
The Tremors and Nara come out from NTBs. A great pickup.
The kid in the last
Well,
game was
for
only like 15. He was your
See that
age.
picked up here, maybe Terminus.
Which is Redix.
was the
He's,
main priority
I'll show you.
selection for SK, but Purity, man. I mean, this has been a tournament of upsets, but this is, I think this would take it to another level. You're right.
Yeah, I think so. SK coming in
The
that
Mexican,
one seed
yeah.
again, and I mean Fnatic also falling to VP, and
That storyline of Virtus Pro, while the underdogs, I mean, we took it down in our caster notes.
yeah.
It almost feels like the underdog storyline was lost along the way, because after they beat Fnatic, we were like, holy crap, how is anyone going to beat Virtus Pro? This isn't necessarily the case here with Purity. I don't know what anyone was really expecting from any of these PGS teams. There was a couple of interviews that we did that some PPL players
I don't
gave
know.
them some credit. Oh, maybe we'll see them take a game or
did hear
two
Purity
off of
name.
a PPL team, but never was it off of SK Gaming that we thought would be giving up games to a PGS team.
I mean, granted, you know, the Virtus Pro Fnatic was the 1 to the 4, but this is the 1 to the unranked. I mean, this is a
That's
deep
true.
run here.
And they're
Granted,
technically
I'm not
unranked.
taking anything away from SK, but I feel like those losses yesterday have crippled SK's mentality to some degree, and it's going to take a big win
Yeah, I
to
know.
bounce back. This is one thing I want
But
to
they're
talk
gonna
about
have
real
to,
quick. Sorry
like,
cut you off, but
they're gonna have to grab
I wanna hear
Shaolin.
the trash
If I
talk
was Purity right
from
now,
SK. And the reason
I would
behind
almost
the
be
red
installing.
racing,
I would
know, but
almost
it
be
just-
instant
it
locking
builds the
Shaolin.
energy, the momentum in the
He
play.
carried
We're just
so
sitting there,
hard
man.
for them that game.
I'm sure they would try to if they could, but
Can't even back
did
it
they
up.
have an opportunity to, Paul, at any moment during that first game? I don't think so. And now, Mako is going to be banned out. Torvald taken off the charts as well. So Bomb King, Torvald, or Bomb King, excuse me, Bomb King, Terminus, and Anara. Those are the big ones I'm looking
It's
out
either they
for.
pick up Shaolin or BK.
and
Yeah, see,
SK
they're picking up BK,
rise up and take the king.
That'll be Stolzy.
but then that means Redix is probably gonna pick up
Purity, Anara,
Drogos.
Shaolin here. Do they go Genos over that? Well, there's
Do
one.
they go Anara? I think Anara.
Anara Terminus. Yeah, good,
See,
good.
this is,
See,
this
these
is okay.
Purity
It
is
just
playing
depends on
smart because they leave a
Soldier's
damage for
performance.
the
'Cause
last.
this actually happened to G2. They got Anara Terminus, and I was like, oh, they're effed.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen these two take over the tournament, but we discounted what Chain Reaction Bomb King could do. Evil Eye cut them down. And if Stolzy can have that type of performance on and against
I don't
those
think
two
Stolzy
very
has it.
important tank characters,
Stolzy is good. Don't
think
get me wrong, but
And it's very possible Bomb King, like you said, can counter both of these characters with that chain reaction style that has been such a flourishing legendary throughout the course of the
he is really good on
PPL.
Jaguar Falls.
As SK now are
So
on the
I'm
clock.
gonna
Let's see
say
what
Prince
picks come
Danny's
out
probably
here.
gonna try to
They need
pick
move away from the Zen, but we'll see.
Shaolin.
Us
You'll probably
fighting
see a
for-
Shaolin from Prince
that's
Danny.
a different story, but then they have their own solo tank, clocks out. They're gonna go for nano prioritization.
Fernando Madamba.
Madamba for Vex.
Okay, they need to pick Shaolin right now.
That's just a
Shaolin
great nano,
Genos?
But, you know, you got to think about it. We're deep in the frontline pool already. Makoa ban, Torvald ban, Anara pick, Terminus pick. So it's that or a Ruckus. And
Barrett.
I don't think SK
They need to pick
anticipate
Shaolin
Purity
Genos.
going any more frontliners.
Yeah.
They could maybe go the Ruckus, but picking that up into a chain
No.
reaction bomb
Yeah,
king
Shaolin
is
Genos.
not a great
Perfect.
look for them.
And it was actually such a smart
And they leave it open so that they
Purity
could
probably
see
run the
what
clock,
Prince
we ban
Danny's
Bomb
gonna
King,
go.
But if we take the Torvald,
Most likely, he's not
and then
gonna
you have to
go.
get
I
one
think
pick.
He might go
Andro
Andro.
Ruckus here.
Andro Ruckus. That makes sense. But look at this. Purity. They're going to get the Anara, the Terminus, the Genos, and the Shaolin. I mean, they're playing the tier list right now.
They are.
They definitely
They
are.
definitely have the better
But
draft this game. This is probably the first game I've seen them actually have a good
Picks on the
draft.
board. Ruckus would be a good grab for Bitey. I know Wi-Fi. Well, I mean, when we have seen Fernando picked up for SK, I think it has been Bitey traditionally.
He's
But
good.
SK, they're gonna have to put
He
their
is
game in
good,
pools
but
to
Andrew
impress,
is
at least on the
technically better
frontline
now, I
aspect,
will admit.
which isn't an often tested fact.
Yeah, have to agree.
Tal-
4
Sh-
seconds
Shaolin,
remain
yeah.
now in this draft. What will
They're gonna
SK
pick up a flank.
finish it off?
Androxus
There's
and
the
Ruckus.
Andro, and it will
Ruckus.
be the Ruckus.
So
you went
he
down with
can't
that
play.
one.
He's
Purity
probably gonna go
on
Grok
the
again.
clock. What do you think rounds
To be
off
honest.
this composition?
I think
He's probably
they're
gonna Grok.
obviously good on the frontline front. Red X, it's the question of can we run the Drogos?
Drogos? Yeah.
No,
into this
don't do it.
Androxus? We've
Don't
been
do it.
seeing a lot of
You're a
fusion
fucking
with
idiot if you
Drogos
do it,
here.
Red X. Do Grok
He
again.
is one of the most famous Androxus players in the world. If
Don't
Red X
do
is
it.
having some type of
Perfect.
day,
No.
he could
Perfect.
shut it down, but they're not going to tempt fate. They're going to go for the Grok.
Yes.
Rock might
Perfect.
be
You have a
monkey.
perfect front line now. They're not gonna
All
die.
right, a little bit of
That's Red X,
He's
yes.
the Rock, and that's the monkey.
There you go. As
He's
we're
the
gonna
Rock
see
and that's
these
the
two
monkey.
compositions. Grok coming out here for Purity. This has really been a North American thing so far. EU has not.
He's
really
not number
been
one
a
rank
part of it,
anymore.
but it
I don't
hasn't been
think. Is he?
successful. As to where on North America, we've seen it ran here, and
But
it has been.
Andrew, he's good
yesterday
with
and
Andrew,
Grok,
but he could be
today.
killed.
I think resilience has to be big for SK. The slow from Terminus is the least of their worries, but it's definitely something to think about. The stun
He doesn't
from
look
Shaolin
Mexican.
setting up planted kills is a big one. You're looking at the seismic crash, and I think pretty importantly, at least for whoever's playing this Androxus, I highly anticipate it to be Danny. It's gonna be
Obviously,
the
it's gonna be
point that
Danny.
slows
If
him down
if they
a lot.
put Stolzy on Andro, they're
Be a
done.
good thing.
They're about to get freaking 4-0'd again.
Well,
Like,
waiting to look there, fighting.
Prince Danny's got to be the one to carry them.
SK
That's just Bitey. Bitey's weird.
Firing off on all fronts. Jaguar Falls will be the map. It's 1-0. Purity lead this one so far.
Again, the Shaolin is crazy good. I didn't realize, like when Redix tells me the Shaolin is their carry, and when I play against Redix, like holy shit, man. Like, it's crazy. Which team is Canadian? None of them. I don't think there is a Canadian team here.
The tanky lineup here for Purity.
Yeah, the Undying, the husband and wife there, Inara and Terminus, as they'll be on it. Now, Tooney,
they need caught.
Week where Tooney was
SK.
not in the lineup for Purity. They had renamed in the PGS. It was basically the same four, but they added Tooney.
I know, right?
And ever since that edition, I mean, they have looked great.
I'll talk to Redix, see if we can get him in some
over to
streams.
Jaguar Falls.
Funny enough, Tooney once a very great Bomb King player back in the day.
He was.
Kind of coming up. He was looking great until Evil Eye came into the scene and sort of took that crown in North America. The Grumpy Bomb comes out, 15% for Purity on the point, and it's up to Stolzy to displace the two stones that Purity have placed on the point.
Wi-Fi using that American flag.
They're gonna, yeah. Prince Danny is just gonna freaking just look for Rocky.
And the fight's there, and then look, Bitey takes down Tooney, and it goes the way of SK game.
Danny has to slay Rock Monkey. And
basically
has to kill everyone else. But if they can do that, then it'll be a very clear SK victory.
Before it was a 4-0 in favor of Purity on the last map. SK Gaming faring much better this time around as they have the initiary 57%. They'll sit on the objective. Purity
it's wrong.
Find a way in, but Stolzy on the Bomb King, he's already on a 2 streak.
It's going to be difficult. Bitey extremely low. Bitey dead. And now it's an opportunity for Purity to
get on point.
Back into this point. As they have the take-back potential.
I wonder if he went the wall. He should have went the wall card, to be honest.
Well, 60% now as Purity aren't far off. And in fact, one quick kill early might secure it, but Stolzy's found Rock Monkey, and they're looking to take him down. Genos with the heal through the wall.
Bomb comes
kill him, Rock Monkey.
Choosing to take the
plant him. Oh, he missed it. And they get the point, though. Oh, nice. He should have planted earlier, man.
Purity snagged the objective. 223 remain. Now Purity
Genos gets him.
Tooney takes down Stolzy. William takes down Bitey. Oh, no. Purity, they're pushing along again.
Oh, this is good. Better get back, Inara. Inara, you're too deep.
He got a little too aggressive on the zone, and the coach falls short, needs to hit the gym.
There's Redix in the right corner. That's Redix.
2 minutes remain. As we're seeing Purity just push this payload along due to the shortness of the map. Dread Serpent comes out as well. William very low there on the Terminus. You see the silhouette. Prince Danny will take him down, and now they're coming for Rock Monkey.
Yeah, he better back up.
Have that Shaolin again, so a big comfort zone from him. Payload, 50%.
146 on the clock. SK Gaming with a couple of ultimates. They're going to hold back Purity.
That's a bad impaler, but it's okay.
Rocco taking a lot of damage.
Tooney on Pip is insane.
He is still feeling good.
Tooney is really good, to be honest. I didn't know he was on their team.
Starts to regress. And Nick, you know, what's the mind state if you're SK Gaming?
I don't think it's good, Paul. I don't think it's good. They go out 4-0. They make a big mistake in losing control of that first objective, and they're going to go down 1-0 here. SK Gaming mentally will be extremely tested today.
Do you think it's from the lack of LAN experience on Prince Danny's side?
Not necessarily
LAN
that, but just
they went to every single LAN.
Success overall from this SK roster that has been in basically every single LAN, but not finding much success, if ever even getting out of the first round.
Well, at the end of the day, 60 seconds remain. Payload has regressed to about 45% of the way now. Hey, playing in your room is a lot different than playing here. You have people screaming, cheering. And so far, it has been very quiet on the side of SK. Until they can get a map here, I have to agree with you. There's nothing really to talk about. They've got to let the play define themselves right now.
Terminus going to the objective. He's going to get on there. And
Wi-Fi's pretty young, too. Wi-Fi's like 18.
Very far away.
Bitey's gone.
Out in a bad spot. He will fall.
You better take out the Mal. They need to take out the Mal.
Keep up Wi-Fi here.
I want to see how much caught they have. I wish I could spectate this, but they have spectating off.
Stop SK game. They want this payload going. Stolzy, he's going to have a big window.
Terms dead yet.
And now he's looking for a second. Stolzy actually is playing the Bomb King quite nice.
But you heard it. Terminus rises once more, and this offense is far from over for Purity.
I mean,
12 seconds on the clock.
I don't think they should have did that.
One fight to win.
15-year-old was on the team that just won.
Though, he's withdrawing. He's looking for one. He knows someone's behind him, but he can't find it. There's a Dread Serpent now.
Oh, come to me in a second.
And Bitey will each take down one. And due to the numbers now in those late end game kills, it could be overtime coming out here.
He's got to withdraw. Yeah, he doesn't have it.
Will be Danny rotating in at the
if he had withdraw, he would have won.
Combined total of 3 hits the spray as well, and his mentality will be extremely important.
Again, Redix with the top damage.
SK tie it back 1-1, and they have to switch the
to
momentum around here shortly.
Stolzy, I mean, even if SK is trash talking, he never is. He's always just like stone-faced.
He kind of used to be. The trash talk has definitely fallen off from Stolzy. But I guess that's what happens when you team with Cuss Cutie back in the day. I mean, it rubs off on you a little bit. But he has been a much more quiet soul at LAN nowadays.
We haven't seen at this event so far. Prince Danny with a nice double kill there off the accursed arm. And as we take a look at the damage charts and items right here, it's actually still RedX leading the charts. Rock Monkey's not far off, but he hasn't had the same success.
They don't have enough caught. What are they doing?
Heading now into the second round.
Rock Monkey headed into Nimble.
Toonie needs to get caught.
Into Nimble 1 as
Toonie needs to start getting some caught.
Each other. That's going to be a very key matchup. Prince Danny on Androxus versus
I hear RedX bitch at me all the time that we don't have enough caught.
The way of Prince Danny.
They need to kill. They need to kill.
Most members of Purity now are congregating.
What's this, Fernando? William, what are you doing?
I heard there a Hexafire in the back line as well as a Tempest came out there from the Grok. Toonie does find Stolzy here. No one has gotten on the objective. They're not even worried about it. SK Gaming finally head on over there. Cursed Arm also comes out. Prince Danny not getting anyone with the Cursed Arm, but the damage comes out onto an arm.
Yeah, he finds all 4 shots onto a Nara, but cut in half with the Mother's Grace, doing about 450 to 500 damage. Bitey's going to be stoned out, but he does have his shield available to him. Rock Monkey is going to be under a lot of pressure now with the Nara falling.
Purity locked. Oh, nice.
Oh, he's gone.
Planted off an impale shot, excuse me. 30% for SK Gaming and rising here. Purity have to find a way in, but now it's SK Gaming that are finally finding their stride and calculating some of this objective control.
They've got a Nara. I think you collapse on the Sonara right here. Bitey is in a good spot to take her down.
Heat haze, boy, heat haze.
Rock Monkey, if you give him enough time, he will find kills.
And that's what he's doing right now. It's Bomb King, Prince Danny will find
stand on point.
Big kill. Wi-Fi.
You need to take out one of the tanks.
Stolzy now are in the back line, and they're going for the Fernando. Oh, but they're going to find Stolzy. They're both weak back there. Prince Danny coming to save something.
Nice.
He has to go big here. He's going to take down Rock Monkey, but not before the Rock
was on point.
Stop Wi-Fi.
Yeah, they're on point. Bitey's just about dead though.
So far, Purity have 55 as well. Prince Danny finding 2, and he's finding his stride as well.
Going into the back line, getting Void away. That's why resilience is going to be so important for Danny. I think he needs to get this online. That's the 2.
He needs to get on point. Somebody, Terminus, what the fuck are you doing?
Void Grip completely end what he was looking to do.
Well, 63%. Purity will take back the objective.
Our Nara needs the wall card. I think if the Nara had the wall card, to be honest, it would have helped a lot.
As they're going to have one more chance, but right now, Purity do have the objective held, and now it's SK Gaming pushing.
I think she got the cripple card.
And we'll see if Wi-Fi can interrupt it. Another Hexafire from Bitey.
Oh, that was a bad wall.
Bitey up, gives him a better vantage point. Bitey avoids the through time and space as well.
Oh, and just like that, Prince Danny finds 2. Danny now is really coming.
Oh, he got a triple. Oh, they lost the point.
It looks like the overtime meter will come out.
They just lost the point.
And SK Gaming, they look to take this objective.
Stolzy with 2, Danny with 3. They both succeed in their win conditions. And SK, it's an easy fight from there. And you gotta say, it's pretty unfortunate that that wall wasn't good enough.
I agree. If that wall was up, that might have changed something.
It probably fought a lot of
Terminus, what are you doing?
Forced people away from the objective and into awkward spots.
Why do that? You just wasted an ult.
There on the left-hand side, but he eats about 50% of his life just during the resurrect. So far, Nick Stolzy has looked great on the bomb kick.
Absolutely, and he doesn't like playing it. I made sure to mention he can play it, and it looks good playing it. And as long as Stolzy and SK can rely on what has been an incredibly impactful pick, I think they'll continue to do well.
SK Gaming, they're trying to push on.
That should have hit
him. But Stolzy as now it's just the damage onto
PCCL
William. Rock Monkey will find a kill onto Bitey. 143 remain. Payload has stopped.
It seems like these guys never die. Like I swear to God, these guys have like legendary healers.
Late in the round.
A lot of shots coming out from Rocco, who has his ultimate available.
Cripple.
Wi-Fi's in a rough spot here. He's going to do his best to try and take Toonie down with him, but he won't. He'll be cleaned up cleanly. Alongside William gets credit for that kill, and they send 2 home from SK.
Rock Monkey's kind of sliding this game.
If Purity qualifies in this event,
it'd be nuts.
It would be insane. 117 remain now. SK Gaming, they're looking much better this time.
They have to win the next game to qualify. Nope,
bad. Has come out. Maybe a comfort zone for them, Nick.
He's looking for the Mal, which I think they need to do. They need to take out the Mal or the bomb king.
Getting close to some. So are Purity.
Better watch out, Rock Monkey Bomb King right in front of
you. To come out. Here comes the Dread Serpent from Vex.
It's going to be also Heat Haze coming out as a counter to that to cause some pressure here for Purity on the other side. Stolzy finds him, but he can't lock him down. Bitey very low, having to go behind the rock now. 47 seconds remain. Rock Monkey dodging the grumpy bomb.
There's a Mal in front of you. What are you doing? Oh, that's behind the wall.
Both of these teammates now, teams rather.
Oh, he missed it. He missed it.
No
yeah.
cooldowns for Rock Monkey, but he's He's able to skirt around the side here. Danny's hunting him, Wi-Fi's hunting him, the fireball connects, and Wi-Fi is in his face. Rocco with nowhere to go.
Yeah, no, he had nothing to do.
SK Gaming has done a much better job at locating Rock Monkey, and actually, you know, they have taken him out almost every time now. Rock Monkey has not had the same success from the first round, really at all, and we're noticing something here by Purity. You take down Rock Monkey, their lineup's not really that scary after that.
He's got Danny on a comfort pick, hunting him down, and you're right.
I agree.
Gaming, I don't know. Frankly, a Ruckus can be.
I think it's bad for them to freaking.
Roxas and Bomb King absolutely are. Purity outside of the Shaolin, it's tough for them to take a fight.
They won't. They won't.
As Rubu is trying to take down someone here.
They won't ban Andro.
They're trying to kill this Rock. Rock stays alive, actually, biting very low, and he's going right into the Hex of Fire. He's trying to take down anyone with him before he falls.
Oh, he took it. He went down.
Purity. As this overtime meter has come out,
kill the Fernando.
Largely absorbed though by the power.
Nice.
Another shot from Rocco.
Nice.
Good. That looks like
good job.
3 for Rocco. He takes down Buddy, then picks up the double kill. And
that's Prince
good
Danny.
On all fronts for Rocco and the guys at Purity. They are very tanky, and that's what they need though with just 1 win condition in the Shaolin.
Take a look now at Prince Danny. We're going to see him have play after play on this Androxus. This is one of the things I had talked about yesterday, Nick. Why was he not on this character more? I know they were giving it over to Stolzy.
I agree. I don't know why they won't.
You know, I think when it comes to
Red X again with freaking most damage.
Or Andro and Eevee, then
Bitey's not throwing. Shut up.
Play Androxus because Danny does take priority.
That was a good ult from Bitey.
All right, well,
it was just countered easy.
Have changed a little bit. Granted, now it's going to be still Rock Monkey as well as Red X who take over those top slots, but the next 4 are occupied by SK Gaming.
Yeah, and it's not by much. Danny's gone into Illuminate as well instead of Resilience, so he's really prioritizing.
He's really looking for Rock Monkey.
In his invisibility, a lot of the playmaking potential comes off the back.
The shots are just so nice.
You see the withdraw opening up with 1,250 damage.
Yeah, that poppy bomb though.
Nice.
But William actually gets 2 with 1 swing. Massacre Axe, 700 damage. Chunk.
He's gonna die. Terminus is gonna die.
He's going for
oh, he's going for it in. That's what he's doing.
Now it has to be perfect.
Oh, nice! Nice!
William picks up another 2 with his
oh shit! They're gonna win this point. Oh shit!
Purity, and this looks like the story of the Renegades. 2-2 tie, but in 1 round, Purity might swing it away.
Oh.
They're gonna get an uncontested.
Oh, nice! Oh shit! That was good.
He got more than he
Stals is gonna die.
Expected.
Maybe. No.
2 kills with 1 swing of the axe and 2 more kills. The more surprising of the scenarios for me is 2
that was a good ult.
With that ultimate. Vex, he was staying so close to it. I thought he was fine because I thought he had a slither up. I was like, oh, there's no way Vex is staying this close to this ultimate. He has slither up, but he didn't. And he wasn't able to get away fast enough.
But I know that range of reanimate is very tricky because I thought Vex was actually safe. He was right.
No, it's pretty far.
Right.
It's pretty far.
Wow, nope, you're still going to go down. I mean, Vex was only 1 shot anyway. 50% now. This payload is chugging along.
Oh, they might win this.
We haven't seen this in the earlier rounds. Oh, this is going to be a battle, but it might go to Rock Monkey.
Rock's coming out here with the arrows from the distance.
William is a really, really good tank. I want to see him on his Fernando.
Purity can find 1 more team fight win.
Nice.
Take this game and Bitey falls, but not before he takes William down with him.
To your right.
Okay, Prince Danny.
Rock Monkey.
Coming for a left-hand flank. They're now trying to take down this Grok. A cursed arm coming out for Danny.
Oh, there goes Red X.
Oh,
he's gone.
But Rubu actually takes down Prince Danny, and it's still anyone's game, Nick.
Yeah, big shot from the withdrawal, working his way through Wi-Fi shield.
He's got heat haze.
Back up, Bitey healthy up here on the high ground.
Rubu.
So far on the Ruckus, he's made a couple of mistakes, some weird ultimates getting picked off. Bitey's Ruckus hasn't looked the same this game.
I have to agree with you. Maybe look to change for something else there. Master Axe is going to come swinging away here as the Nimble is online now for William. There's an Immortal, but Prince Danny will find Tooney, and this might be a defensive hole, but there's 55 seconds left, and Purity are going to have another chance.
Prince Danny just comes out with the triple. He's going for the quad.
Yeah. The back line, Stolzy capstones that fight. SK Gaming.
Yeah, he's just going to jump off. They just let him jump off too, right? They're like, yeah, we're just going to let you die to let you regroup.
40 seconds remain. Payload at 90%. It has started to regress very slowly. Purity going to have 1 more swing at this thing, but SK Gaming are hoping for a defense. They used a lot of ultimates now. They do have Hex of Fire online for Bitey. But other than that, nothing's really close. They could be setting up for a round 4. Purity, though, they have a couple online.
And that's what's scary. Purity have a big decision for them to make if they can save some of these ultimates.
Yes, Hex of Fire. Yeah, they need to start saving ults.
With a massive
Purity does.
Advantage. They could look to, how do you say, Virtus Pro SK.
Fair enough. They're targeting Bitey as well. Bitey's going to have to disengage.
Oh, Red X is taking him on.
Bitey was a pure bait there. Here comes the withdrawal now. 0 remain as Rock Monkey's trying to take
Yeah,
down. No,
that was bad. I don't know how you didn't see that. How do you not see the Andrew?
Keep Stolzy alive as well. That's the big key for this fight. Buddy's already picked up 2, and he's looking for more.
Don't. Oh, you freaking idiot.
Purity will hold on to it. They will. So there's a success here for SK Gaming. It's 3-3. The only problem is that now it might be SK Gaming in the driver's seat as Seismic Crash was used on the side, as well as the Heat Haze was used for Purity. Those are 2 big ones.
Yeah, big moments there in that final round. If Danny doesn't kill Rock Monkey and Rock is able to find the kill on a Stolzy, that is a very different round. It could have been the last one of the game there. You can see the 2-for-1 with
yeah, that was
a
good.
William goes down. But does he really? Nope, he comes on. This is what I'm talking about. You see the way Vex
He was so close.
Just kind of took 3
he was
steps
fine.
in for some reason. I thought it's because he had to slither up guaranteed, but he doesn't.
Redx ulted?
There. It was
What the
weird.
fuck did Redx ult for? What a bot!
Further member of SK Gaming, but he was actually pretty darn close.
They did you. Oh my. Why did he? Oh.
As we head on in, SK Gaming versus Purity. Will Purity 2-0 SK Gaming, the number 1 seed in the PPL, or will it be SK Gaming to finally regroup? This first fight will tell a lot.
That's a lot of damage opening up onto Williams. Stolzy finds another 2 bomb and takes 3,000 damage off of Williams' life bar before the fight even begins.
Danny and Stolzy are each going to find one. Danny finds another now, and this looks like to be going the way of SK Gaming, but Purity does have 30% on the point.
Shock pulses bouncing all around this fight, but this is what I'm talking about. Grok has a ton of damage, sure, but Danny's not even... He got hit by 2 of those. It doesn't even really matter. Look at the life bars of SK Gaming. This Grok damage.
This is an intense game.
It looks good on paper, but I'm telling you, the impact for it is just not there.
He has his ult.
70%, however, for SK Gaming now they're on the kill streaks. William, though, he's going to come on.
Oh, he got hit by it!
Shatter falls coming up.
He got hit by it! He's down! Oh, shit!
Prince Danny's going to go into the accursed arm, but he's not going to find anyone.
Oh, he misses it!
On to Tooney, but forced him out of the fight. Doesn't really matter when you're Genos. You
he's
heal
gonna ult
through walls.
That's right. Now it's Stolzy and Prince Danny, though. Prince Danny might go down. Nether steps do come out, but Rubu's tracking him down. Stolzy finds Redix. Here comes a King Bomb.
Oh no, I thought he lost it.
Massive heals from Vex, keeping Stolzy alive there. That was critical. 81% for SK Gaming on the point. And
they just lost it.
Have fought their way back.
They just lost it.
It looks like they got it, and they do.
Darn, man, that was close.
They push Purity out. And now SK, it was a hard-fought win. It wasn't easy.
These are close.
Very close, but at least they come away with it.
These are incredibly close games, much closer than I think probably most people here expected them to be. 15-7 for Stolzy's King, 23-7 for Danny's Androxus. Massive damage for them.
They know they're going to prioritize the Androxus now.
Top damage in the game on the Grok, but 2-9. The impact for me is just not there with this character, man.
Nah, and a lot of it is from that passive bouncing, from shock pulse and things like that. Rock Monkey as well, not the same stat line from last game. He did put in 20.
Vex, man, 260K in a 21-minute game. That is over 10,000 healing per minute. Incredible stats, and a lot of that time, the 21-28. Is spent in base, in between rounds, in between spawns. So you're looking at way more than 10K a minute. But Danny, the Prince himself, looking like royalty on his primary Androxus, 23-7.
You never seen esports team with a female? There's a girl on one of the teams. I can't remember what one. Discord's back up.
Coming out there. Stolzy actually had a big impact on the bomb.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
I'm still surprised why he doesn't. And what you said with the Vex. Even combine the healing for Purity, Vex is still 90,000 over. Vex is the one support in the game that I have seen hit over 250,000 healing multiple times, if not every other game.
I mean, he was incredible. Stolzy was kept alive in the most critical moment there, right down the end. As he's winding up that King Bomb.
He had 4,000 credits.
If that goes Rock Monkey's way, I honestly thought Rocco had it with the planet.
I did too.
Chucking away at Stolzy. Right here was another big duel. Stolzy was able to keep Rock pinned in the corner there, but critical heals from Vex to keep Stolzy alive, as well as critical kills sometimes. That one time that Danny rotated in that allowed him to keep Stolzy alive was a big moment. And Stolzy took every opportunity he had because he had a lot of weight on his shoulders specifically to get through Terminus and Inara.
Well, if he doesn't have the game that he had that game and Purity goes up 2-0, I mean, SK Gaming backs against the wall. They have to reverse sweep to win it.
Yeah.
But SK Gaming does take that one on Jaguar Falls. That's been a comfort zone for them for a while, as the third map is going to be Frozen Garden. This is going to be Purity's pick.
This is interesting. Now, Grover has not been a big part of SK's arsenal. And
this is where they need to go Buck.
Hurting them slightly here.
This is where they need to go Buck and Torvald.
They can run this. It might be Red X here. He's been really deterred off of his Drogos and his Bomb King. Hasn't been in a comfort pick. Hasn't been in a powerful position in this set. And that's what I want to see change. In the first set, we saw both he and Rock Monkey with the potential to go off. When it wasn't one, it was the other. That's the difference this time around. Purity have only had one answer.
Right.
I mean,
I agree.
RedX has gone with Grok, which has been kind of a maybe pick for some of us here. The healing extra healing has helped. The damage has definitely helped, no matter which way you slice it up. The damage has been there. The impact has not. But the question is, if he does flex over to Drogos, because he had it online, he had the Drogos there. But he didn't go with it.
It's so hard.
There's he would have got destroyed if he went Drogos. You can't go Drogos against a freaking #1 Andro. It doesn't work.
And that's the difference, right? Very few teams can do all three, having those off supports, the Grok, the Grover, and the Pip. Most of the time, it's pick 2, but I think in the instance where you can pick Pip on the bright mark,
I like how they're covering their mouth, like it's really gonna matter what they're saying.
That's when it really helps to have the Pip around.
Well, neither of those have come out for Purity just yet. SK Gaming, they're taking their time with this ban. They don't know who to go with.
Also, Buck. Maybe we see either Rock or RedX on Buck. Shaolin's gotta go.
He's gonna go Eevee. You're gonna see Eevee, BK.
There is that element of just
Purity should be Eevee, BK, and then frontline doesn't really matter.
Their thinking is,
but they should.
We take out Rock Monkey's best champion. We just dealt with them one game actually on it. And
that or Purity takes Andro, so RedX can go
The next thing that I'm worried about though from Purity is the Eevee. We've seen that do very well on Frozen Guard, and while not true, Eevee's like you pick her up to counter certain things. It's never really a plug-and-play champion where it's just going to be good against anything. SK, they haven't had great Eevee performances from Prince Danny in a while, so I think Rock Monkey is definitely going to be prioritizing that today. Androxus, even if it goes the way of SK, this isn't Andro's best map, but it could at the end of the day deter the Drogos. But if RedX is able to get Bomb King here, that could be a very different story.
They need to pick up Bomb King.
Makoa will be the first pick online.
Andro
for Purity, Makoa for SK. And
yeah,
they will RedX back onto the Bomb King.
Perfect.
Okay, now, SK,
now if they can get the Andro,
okay to let him have Androxus this time around.
Yeah.
Get Rock Monkey on Eevee.
I disagree. I think he should go Andro. I feel like he's better on Andro than he is on.
For Androxus to be worried about it. It's close though because Danny is having a really good day on it, and him being.
I don't think. Get rid of Danny's Andro.
Is going to be very important, and Androxus is definitely a character where he will always be comfortable.
Yeah, and I said on day one that he should have been on Androxus a lot more, just due to the fact that you said there, SK Gaming. As they are online, they'll go with the Grover.
I like it.
Great pick there.
I like it. I'm really, really happy they're able to feel confident enough
Grover Rockets.
in themselves.
Pick up.
The question is Stolzy or Danny. Who's playing this?
Andro. Pick up Andro.
Traditionally, it was Stolzy first, and then it was Danny a little bit later. So I think it depends on what the rest of this SK draft ends up being. That will decide who will play Grover.
Well, Torvald will finally come out here for Purity. They'll get the Genos as well.
This is looking so good for Eevee, man. If they can get Eevee here at the end, Torvald Genos is a great combination, especially with Over the Moon.
That is true.
3 sources of damage amp, 20% from the Over the Moon on Eevee. If Luminary is the case, which it probably won't be because Genos will be the sole healer, but you also have the Field Study Torvald, which ends up in having a really, really great 2-shot potential on most characters.
Well, Maldamba probably going to come out here for Vex, and then maybe Androxus.
Is Grover's here screwed up on it?
I think that could be the only.
I don't
know.
know.
This is 62.
They're running out of picks for Danny.
Right. Maybe Zin, but that hasn't worked.
No, and I don't think it would. On
you want the Eevee pick?
Guard.
They might. They probably will go Eevee. It's probably gonna be the best bet by now. What they say. And Buck.
Buck. We haven't seen Buck come out from SK virtually ever.
RedX doesn't look happy with that.
I actually have. I don't remember the last time I've seen them play Buck. Maybe that's Bitey. Maybe that's a Buck for Bitey. Bitey's been practicing it. He said, I've been playing a little bit of casuals with the bulk up, with different loadouts, trying to figure it out.
Right.
Because they figured it out. I give Virtus Pro all the credit in the world, and Rock Monkey does end up getting the Eevee. But this Buck, who's playing it, and how will it work for SK? They are stretching themselves in the draft here, and if it works, you got to give them credit for it. They're making the right moves.
Yeah, and that's something we haven't seen at SK. We've seen a lot of standardized picks and really non-flex positions. There was the one game yesterday where Bitey wins in, and he wound up coming around and doing some flashy stuff with that when it was a 3 DPS, 1 tank, 1 support meta for them, for SK. Purity now online, and it was drafted just like you said, straight to T. Set up for Eevee on Rock Monkey. I mean, when we saw him in that first set, he was picking Androxus out of the air with direct shots. And
And I think, so if he has Field Study and Over the Moon, I think even still with 2600 HP, I'm pretty sure Buck's getting 2-shot. It's going to be close.
Right.
Depends on mitigations and things like that. If any blast shields are picked up by Buck, and if any previous damage has been taken.
See, this is going to be good.
Very,
Now we have
very close.
Red X actually on
That's
one of
big
his
for you.
carries.
Time to kill, and just having a 2-shot versus a 3-shot can make all the difference in the world for one of the squishiest characters in the game.
Well, that's it. We're heading into Frozen Guard. It's 1-1 here on the map count. Purity versus SK Gaming. This one's at least going to 4 now, as we're going to see if Purity can take another win away. Does seem like SK is, yeah, no, it'll be Stolzy. He'll be on the Buck. Prince Danny on the Grover.
Really?
Wi-Fi. He'll stay on that Makoa.
So like I said, this is a risk, and
Really?
it would have been an easy draft to call for any other team besides SK, but we just haven't seen them run these picks. This is going to be a big question for them. I think
think SK has it? I don't think so.
Draft. It just comes down to whether or not they can
We'll
actually execute upon it.
Well, that's the other half of the strategy.
That's what I said. Prince Danny on a Grover?
If your hands and eyes are not really on tack, that's going to be the other half of the game. Purity though, and their draft process looks good.
They do,
Despite you know, Rock Monkey going off though, is there another win condition there that you see that?
Absolutely, Red X on Bomb King. I mean, he's going to be able to chunk down Bitey fairly easily.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a big lookout for them. The chain reaction, getting him where he needs to go.
They do.
Makoa, though, is almost that half win condition for SK. Good hooks. I think at this level,
Wi-Fi's Makoa is like legendary.
Kills.
It is really good,
And we're
but
seeing that level of
I don't think you can
coordination
carry somebody with Makoa.
really
It just
the
doesn't.
big
That's not a
factor
thing.
there, because nobody's picking up Pluck. Everyone all of a sudden is just going Leviathan,
Leviathan.
Yeah.
which is pretty funny to see how quickly these pros can be convinced about what is really the best. So at this level, I think not going Pluck is an interesting call, but it's one that has worked out.
Thought it was good enough.
Every team this weekend, and every Makoa player is now running Leviathan instead.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Definitely an easy win for
a
Purity.
lot of the time Makoa does go up against a Nara, which has the water field, which is a devastating cripple there. And I mean, also, I think you had called out in the PGS that Leviathan was so valuable a lot of the time there. But it's just funny how once someone picks it up in like a tournament or something like that, then all of a sudden everyone's like, oh yeah, Leviathan. Like,
Yeah,
Cloud's been
that's
doing
true.
it for a while, but
Right.
until Virtus Pro were stomping people in the tournament with it, it didn't really gain its, viability and acceptance among the rest of them. And I think while it does give you CC immunity, it's primarily picked up for just for the health.
1800.
And it has become much more valuable in recent patches because Makoa lost a little bit, about 300 HP. Leviathan was then subsequently buffed to compensate for that.
Yeah.
And it's funny to say 300 health is the make or break difference, but you look at bulk up Buck, that's exactly how much HP gives him. And I was asking Simsilo earlier on,
Flute ball.
is Cauterize really affecting this legendary? And he's like, I mean, yes, it does. But at the end of the day, just getting the 300 additional max
Twitch
HP
down?
ends
No,
up
I'm watching
being
this on
worth
Twitch.
it, because
I believe
in
I'm
most
watching on Twitch.
cases, like, that's why I'm talking about this.
Yeah, I'm watching on
where
Twitch.
It's going to be super close between a 2-shot and a 3-shot. That
Sure.
time to kill difference between like the 2400 champions and below and like the 2600 health supports and above, that really throws off a lot of time to kills.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And as we take a look at Vex, they're just SK talking it over, keeping that hand warmer in pocket as he's ready. Well, out of pocket rather. Almost trying to eat it now.
Those are extremely toxic. Don't put that in your mouth, Vex.
Don't follow that. Yeah, but Rock Monkey here. I mean, Red X hasn't been on the Bomb King yet. I'm curious to see that if he is instantly ready. I know it's one of his pocket picks. If he's instantly ready to perform on it,
He's
but
always
that's the
ready.
thing, you're right. He has to, because if he's not, I think SK Gaming walk away with a 2-1 lead.
It's game time for him and the rest of his team. We're just waiting to get into game here, and the critical factor of having a couple of key picks for this Bomb King to take. He is one of the few characters that is just plug and play.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have to be picked up to counter. He's good or great in a lot of scenarios against Inara and Terminus in particular, who seem to be extremely strong in this meta, this land meta specifically. So that makes him all the more stronger. And he was, of course, the big contender at the Masters land, some dub at the Bomb King land himself. So the king, gone but not forgotten.
Well, it's good to see. And, this map, the run distance from start to objective is huge.
Yeah.
And there's also not a lot of ways to get in. It's either pass through the wooden wall there or you go around through the ice mines on the left. Do you see a prioritization in Master Riding early or not picked up at all? Or
Maybe some players go into this. It's a little bit more of a style pick. But having the right characters to zone out, ones that you don't have to get super close. I think SK have a great opportunity to zone with their Ruckus because he's not only super tanky, but he can get himself in and out of a decent range. He doesn't have to get too close. It's an extremely safe way to go about zoning.
Oh shit, my
As we take a look at the items coming out, we're back into the game.
Full Virtus Pro, boys.
There it is.
Flux Generator, Ruckus. I never thought we'd see the day where Bitey gave up Aerial Assault. Bulk up Buck for Stolzy, Leviathan, Makoa, and Danny on Ferocity Grover.
There it is.
And morale boost to start with.
In life,
Yeah,
experience counts.
Whirlwind early.
In higher
a
education,
very fast-charging ultimate.
nothing counts more.
Not necessarily because it's a fast-charging ultimate, but because Grover can do a lot of damage and heal at the same time. So with those two factors combined, he ends up getting his ultimate very often. And morale boost, of course, making that about 15% faster.
Well, we're riding into the match now. Stolzy, he's on the right-hand side.
They're red.
He's going to put some shotgun damage in from deep.
They've
here.
always had like
He's
a Nara.
pocketed right by Wi-Fi's side. Grumpy Bomb already on the objective. Will Red X find kills early, but it's 27% to start things
Oh yeah.
Purity.
Eating big damage. He's going to bulk up. He's got his 2600 HP, but that falls off after a few seconds. So back to
They're gaining lots of
regular base
points.
HP.
Stolzy on BK or on
on the objective with the Sonara at 57% and climbing.
Red X gets pulled on out there. They see the damage. Red X weak. He popping by himself to safety. SK Gaming going to force their way in as Bitey gets on the objective for SK.
Danny looking for some big axes over here on the left side. It's got a lot of low HP targets, but can he get through and find some kills?
And this is an interesting pick for Danny because
Right?
there's not really that much to it. The Vines at a new level there, but as far as the damage goes from the character, hit the shots.
Yeah.
Just throw the axe.
Wi-Fi's about to get messed up.
Great hook here from Wi-Fi. That's going to be first
That's
blood.
first blood.
Almost 2 minutes in, and the second blood quickly falling thereafter.
Rock Monkey forced the ice block there to the left-hand side, but Bitey.
Oh, Bitey's gonna get destroyed.
Along the right, Rubu is pressing him as William gets on the objective, and it's 99%. Purity gonna walk
Screw him
away
up.
with this
Nice.
one easily. Red X and Rock Monkey tack on 2 kills.
Nice, frag him! Oh boy! Triple. Ah, look at him go.
Vex and Stolzy, they stacked up so close. They were both taking damage from every single.
What a
enemy.
monster.
And that's a great sign if you're Purity.
That's a no-no
Red
against
X.
Chain
Yeah.
Reaction Bomb King.
No question.
Is he
206
running
from
Chain
here.
Reaction?
Purity already has a King Bomb as well as an Ice Storm online. 3 time his space will come up momentarily. As SK Gaming are on their heels, you don't want to lose 2-0.
See, I don't understand. He's running Chain Reaction, but he blows them up instantly.
Going into it.
Nice ult.
Wi-Fi 6,300 HP, not enough. He is the first to fall.
Yeah, that he is. Rock Monkey.
He's dead. He's dead. What are you doing so far in? See, why does he do that?
Rock Monkey will fall as well. Bitey, the coach.
heck?
This guy's impressive.
If Purity don't give up those 2 kills there for literally free. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
why did he
Sam
jump
Smith
in?
Just shot them both until they died. If Purity played that fight better and didn't give up those 2 kills, this could be a very, very different round.
Look at the shielding that Bitey's getting. Every time he activates,
There goes
it's a
Torvald.
half a life bar on 4,400 almost, and it just looks great. Stolzy is going to find 2 now, and SK Gaming, they're hoping for a defensive stop as that payload has begun to regress towards the 50% mark.
Just die.
From Stolzy.
Like, you guys need to reset.
Sonar only doing about 400 damage, but it is enough at the end of the day. Danny helping him out there down the stretch. SK Gaming with all 5 ultimates available. Purity only with 4. And they invested a lot into that fight, and it went well for them, like I said, until it didn't, and they just died for whatever reason to Bitey. Both Rock Monkey, and Rock Monkey traditionally being a very slippery player on EV, hard to bring down, goes down very simply.
A little bit wider of a map here, and even though EV can weasel a little bit around, in the end of the day, she's still going to be able to be seen rather easily. But now Rock Monkey will take down Stolzy. 30 seconds remain, and Purity are going to have a little bit of a push ways here with a lot of succession to convert this one.
See, he blows him up before it actually does. I don't understand why he's running Chain Reaction when he's not even using Legendary card.
Prince Danny's going to look to hold this angle on the mines as much as he can. The payload is getting pretty close. But Purity are going to have to go through SK.
1,200 damage a bomb. Didn't even hit him.
Monkey, and he's got him a couple times now. Stolzy on the Buck has been great. Let's take a look actually at Buck's loadout.
Yeah,
as
just jump off.
Just kills herself. Yeah, I want to see what she's running here. And Nick, why don't you elaborate a little bit here?
It's all about the healing. It's all about the bulk up and the recovery. He's going to receive more healing while he is low HP.
Right.
He's gone in a cooldown reduction because it's very important for this legendary to have uptime on your additional 300 max HP. So the lower you can get that cooldown, the greater your uptime will be.
Well, 1-for-1 hold came out there for SK Gaming after Purity had gotten that payload so easily. They pushed it to 50-60%, but that was it. And after that, SK Gaming out.
They're so stupid.
Splash. He takes down Vex through Stolzy and then kills Stolzy when it's all said and
He
done.
plays like a dink, just like right on your ass the entire time.
Somewhere midair there, as he wound up coming down when.
This tournament, Purity, man.
So far, it is Purity 1-1, 1-1 on the map as well. As we're riding now into the second point, Red X on the Bomb King. And we'll see from his POV where he goes, and it'll be up top.
I mean, this has just been such a much better matchup than I think any of us anticipated it to be. Purity
Chase him
really
back a little
coming
bit.
Out, swinging, not afraid of this top seed out of North America. There's a nice hook to open things up on the Toonie.
That's not going to matter, though. I mean,
He just solo.
There's the healing coming out, though, but it's Buck in the back line. Leviathan Makoa is swinging away.
Nice, nice.
He's looking for maybe a
Why are they going? Get on the fucking point!
Poppy bomb him off the map. I mean, Danny gets up and over the wall, but hooked away in trouble as Red X, but a nice Poppy bomb to split the difference.
Yeah, I guess, you know, he was keeping it online for safety, but I agree with you. He's right there on the edge. Poppy bomb him off and send him into the depth zone, but either way, SK Gaming at 57% to start it off.
Get on the fucking point!
They didn't get on the point right away.
I know! What are they doing?
SK did a good job of realizing they were.
SK just sat on the point till 50%.
They weaseled their way to 57% that they probably didn't deserve.
Nah, I have to agree. Stolzy, though, he's very weak. Red X finds him. Oh, and Toonie is going to take him down as it's now a match for Red X. He might fall right here.
He's going to fall.
Will. Wi-Fi takes him out, and now he heads right to the point for SK Gaming.
Wi-Fi's about to die, though. Oh, maybe not. No, not with that.
Trying to keep this Inara in an awkward spot. Vex combines for 2 kills there. But a lot of the leg
they just took that.
Look like they are poised to take this point.
Yeah, and I think they're going to, as the run back is just too long. Purity will just get William back up online, as the run back will not be too long here on this map.
What are you doing? You freaking bot!
Point goes over to SK Gaming. Now they're 2-1, and I'm kind of worried if I'm Purity, and the reason why is because even as good as Red X has looked, SK Gaming as a whole seem to be grouping and playing well together each map ongoing.
A lot of damage coming out from Bitey so far. He's on an 11 streak, the only one on a streak for SK Gaming currently. And they need to get something going here. It's the first of 3 maps. Both teams tied up 1-1 here. Inara's going to come through with a seismic crash and find 3.
Now it's Ice Storm as well coming out.
Oh, she's got destroyed.
But Rock Monkey will fall. Prince Danny finds Red X as well, and that's the damage.
There isn't too many ults.
Now Purity are just going to have to back on up as the aggressors come out. SK Gaming.
Inara's dead.
Trying to latch on the Buck there on the jump. He'll find the wall to have the same
she's going to jump
effect.
off.
And Williams had to jump off the map 2-3 times in a row now.
Yeah, it's unfortunate,
and
but
they're struggling.
I think getting the quickest reset possible here is probably the wisest call for Purity. They have time to do so, as the payload was about 40% of the ways away from conversion, but now this is it. There is no more resetting for Purity. If they lose this fight, they lose this round.
Purity are going to have to hold not once but twice with the remaining time on the clock here. And Prince Danny, he's going to activate Whirlwind once again, as he's just trying to heal up everybody. Red X will find Stolzy there. Grumpy Bomb comes out. He's now focused onto Vex. Vex eating a lot of sticky bombs here, but now they'll just put it into Wi-Fi.
Ooh, one more axe from Danny would have done it, but Red X, he skirts himself away, and he meets Danny again on the high ground. Who can win this 1v1? Grover is not
gonna win
from up close, but is the healing enough to sustain
maybe not.
through?
Well, Danny will finally get taken out. Now Bitey's found his sights onto Red X, but Red X takes down him.
Nice.
That payload is so close.
Need to kill the Maldumba. Kill the fucking Maldumba.
No, Stolzy takes down Red X.
Bomb King's so good at just swinging, going toe-to-toe.
They're just keeping the Maldumba alive.
Stolzy's kept alive as well. Wi-Fi with a great rotation through. He's looking to sneak the payload.
And he almost backdoored it there, but William will finally
Wi-Fi chuckling.
Stolzy gonna have to just back up right now, wait for his teammates. 30 seconds remain. Purity actually wasted a lot of time.
Yeah,
they did.
That engage, but they'll still have to stop. Just one more hold here. Ultimates did come out like Buck Wild for SK Gaming, but a Hexafire is still online.
They brought a lot of things out. Purity are very close to more ultimates themselves. The second batch, if they can get this.
Is he running Daft Hands?
They'll go into the next round with a pretty big ult advantage.
Yeah, I love that 3rd round conversion, because then you put the SK Gaming in check, which is really big. 5 seconds remain. Overtime.
Nara, too far.
Now. Prince Danny, who's actually had a great game on Grover so far, he's going to find Red X and take him low. Overtime meter is here now, and he's going for the kill.
You are a freaking idiot. What are you doing?
From Stolzy as well. Paul, this could be it. The whirlwind to keep everyone alive.
And it's going to work here. Bitey does find another
He's got ult.
He has Hexafire online. It's probably going to come out here. Maybe not if they don't need it.
He's not doing it.
Hold things off. No, excuse me. And through time and space did come out. That's what we saw.
Bitey's starting to eat a lot of damage, though. Rock Monkey is still alive. alive, but his sights have not yet been set on Bitey. It's Rock Monkey
That's
going
it.
down.
Why you keep ulting? Stop fucking ulting, Red X. You're not gonna do anything. Save it for the 3.
Locked in. It's not over. They're not out of the woods just yet. They have a lot more to do.
I wouldn't anticipate that SK Gaming is particularly pleased with their performance here.
I have to agree there. In fact, you know, based on some of the tweets and things, we know that's the case. And just rightfully so. #1 seed coming into NA. Now, right now, they're struggling with the unranked Purity, but they're not having an easy time either. As we see the damage darts and items come out here, heading into round 3.
A little bit of master riding from Purity's Inara to get her onto the point very quickly. They'll have the comeback mechanic here, so if what happened in round 1 happens again for Purity, they're going to capture the point that much faster. 50% additional capture rate, so ticking for 4% per tick instead of just 3% allows Purity to have a lot more room for error and not much time needed on the point to garner themselves already 35%.
And look at what SK's doing, 42% and rising, but they've taken Prince.
It goes to 4 ticks as soon as it's 3-1. I didn't actually know that.
Red Serpent as well doesn't convert to anything, but Inara, she'll fall to Vex, and Purity now are gonna have to back up this objective.
Prince Danny's just slaughtering you guys. What are you doing?
Big slays from this Grover Axe. He's gonna reposition, look for more. Maybe finds it on. That was really close on the Rock Monkey there. 62% for Purity. Big 1,000 damage plus axes from Danny. But it's SK Gaming who win the fight and currently control the point.
And now, look at that. Over 1,000 coming out there onto Red X as he has to back up. Now it's 66% for SK Gaming. And Nara's going to try to dive Danny. They actually need to worry about Danny this time around. As 81% come out, Whirlwind once again. And they're having a hard time. Purity is dealing with this, but they're going to get back on the objective.
Danny unable
Get out of the Red X. You're way too deep.
Bar. That was the big one that he wanted. Torvald bubble comes out onto Red X. Stolzy finds
nice.
one on
They captured
Monkey,
it.
but the comeback
nice.
Just too good.
He had 3 health.
Purity sneak it away.
What's up, Marsh?
Having a great game on Buck as well now as he heroic leaps right there onto Vex, and Vex gonna have to excuse
this healer, man, their Genos is like really good.
I meant Genos. I'm gonna brain fart. It's just crazy action. I can't even contain it.
Invisible beanie.
Come out here and Vex Stolzy, SK Gaming. Despite not getting that objective, they're still getting a lot of kills.
It's a 10 streak for Stolzy. He's headed to the back line, and maybe this just speaks to the strength of those Virtus Pro picks, man. This is not something SK traditionally run, and they're just going to whip it out here in a rough spot against a PGS team and be able to pull it off.
Double support has been a thing here. We thought we'd see some maybe, you know, Yinger, Ceres, maybe Ceres, but she hasn't come out at all. Stolzy on a 10 streak now as a great pull there in from Wi-Fi. There's the cannon shots going off onto Inara, and Inara's going to get taken down.
William
will have to go back to the death screen.
I don't know what's he doing, but he's
been real quiet on the eve.
I don't know.
He has, and it's as a result, I think, of Purity were unable to anticipate this draft coming out from SK. Like we mentioned, this is something they do not traditionally run, these picks, the Grovers and the Bucks. Eevee would have been a great pick here, but SK Gaming, I think, against what a lot of people thought of them, picked up very tanky off supports and the Buck here. So Eevee does not have a lot of great targets.
And 105 remain as that payload has finally left the opening objective push. 3-2 in favor.
Have a Twitch? I think it's like 10,000.
Gaming, they cannot win on the defense. Gaming can't. SK. But Purity there, they're looking for a 3-3 tie-up, but they have a long way to push it. We're already down to 50 seconds remaining.
Like they need to focus basically Buck and Mal.
Bullets coming out from Bitey.
And then take out Bitey.
Fire available. Everything's available for SK Gaming. Stolzy goes down deep in the back line, so Purity are given an opening here to close out this.
And then yeah, when they can kill Grover, but Red X should be really focusing.
There and come on in as Wi-Fi dives and pulls in Red X.
Yeah,
they're gonna get him. That's a big kill to shut down. Now they can go a little bit freer, knowing the main source.
Yeah, they're running. They're backing out. They're not getting
15 seconds on the clock. Rubu's falling. The wall goes up. SK Gaming are putting themselves in a great spot to hold with all ultimates still available.
Almost took down Genos there as really there we go. Tooney's gonna fall and the defense is gonna come out for SK Gaming. Can't win, but Purity doesn't get the 3-3 tie.
Ooh, cute little spray there from Danny, who's playing Grover, something he has not played in a long time. Like I mentioned, Stolzy used to play Grover for
They're good.
It's always been a rarity for them. But he's looking much more himself on the Buck. That's not only a difficult target for Eevee to bring down, especially when he's swinging for 1,200 damage headshots out of 40.
He's already at 117,000 damage. Holy
I mean,
crap.
Despite everything, Rock Monkey still at 85,000 damage. Red X, he's over at 118K now, just around there. Items coming out. Vex will go with the Death Hands.
Yeah. He's doing a lot of good damage, but he's only managed to pick up 6 frags as much as his support. Tooney on the Genos.
I agree.
And the reason
I feel like Andro might have been a
no
better
great
pick.
Targets. Everyone on this team
is pretty beefy.
Factor in healing is going to require at least 3 shots. So when you're looking at Eevee, you want to be able to assassinate people with just a quick 2, and it's just unable to happen here. Stolzy deep in the back line looking for first blood.
Wow, Wi-Fi's going to find it, actually. The coverage from Whirlwind's going to come out there from Prince Danny, and Stolzy just eliminates Rubu there. William will find Vex, but that's all.
Anytime a Buck is able to get every single shot off of Buck Wild and connect with somebody or something on the enemy team, it is almost impossible to win that fight. That is an
I don't know if they're going to win this one.
DPS just flying out of this shotgun, and Stolzy looking like he's a long-standing Buck player, very OG experienced player, and Buck is one of the original characters, I believe, in this cast, so he's been around the block a while.
Stolzy takes down Rock Monkey once again, and 60%. SK Gaming look to walk away with this one. Purity have not been able to get on.
He's
the
got
Hexifier so far.
And Purity doesn't have it anymore. I did see the new map.
Yeah, he's been giving a lot of Whirlwinds out to his team. They haven't been insane or anything, but that's okay because he's picked up Morale Boost. He can just do it, whether or not he thinks it's the best situation. As not really a Grover main, it's going to be important for him. 99% on the point, though. Paul Purity are on their last legs in Game 3.
Overtime meter comes out as William dies the objective here, but he's just going to eat a lot of damage. Stolzy has taken down Prince Danny now. Excuse me, Stolzy has taken down Rock Monkey a couple of times. He hasn't gotten anything going. SK Gaming, as the Hexifier comes online, are going to wrap this one up. Too much damage on the point.
Time and space comes through, but Tooney, Rubu, William have all fallen down. It's all on you, Rock, but it's a double kill for Danny as SK Gaming move ahead in this set, 2-1.
That's it. That's what they wanted. Now the smiles come out.
I thought they would have had that one, to be honest.
Boy,
I thought they were pretty good.
One more to clinch this one away from Purity and then that Cinderella story, but Purity, they're not out just yet. Rock Monkey, he did not have any success there on the Eevee.
And this is just Stolzy on the book.
Yeah, Rock Monkey wasn't a good pick there.
To do, but he did it. 16-8, 93,000 damage. Danny as well, 13-5, still finding a way to get it done. And that's what I love about Grover and Pip necessarily in this. You're seeing Pip and Grover with Virtus Pro, the way they're playing it, still be able to contribute almost top damage, a good amount.
29 limbs from Bitey.
That is
Assists
the key for this SK roster going forward. And now Purity have a big question for themselves. Are we able to run this? Is this something we could pull off?
Yeah, there's a new
map.
map.
Now that SK have succeeded with it once, that's a big weight off their shoulders. Okay, we can go to this at least. We can pull it off here, so this is going to be a big asset to us in this set.
See, the thing is that was Purity's map. That's what they picked.
Comfortable and you can pull it off.
They showed it a while ago.
Getting a little bit of comfortability there, but so far it's SK Gaming 2-1. Let's throw it over to the desk and hear what they have to say about the matter.
Thanks, Paul. Welcome back to the desk, everybody. So once again, we do have a series ahead of us, 2-1 in the favor of SK Gaming. You had called that it might be a little close in certain parts, but started off pretty strong for Purity.
That 4-0 opener for Purity, I felt like it was either going to spell disaster for SK or be a wake-up call for them, and luckily for SK, it was a wake-up call.
And Gore?
It was just ridiculous. Like, I didn't expect that. I expected it to be close. I thought it was going to be maybe like the first map 3-3, then SK clutch it, and then they start coming in, and it's like, okay, well, we figured you out. We'll take you apart because of that. And that did not happen.
No, it did not. But Rock Monkey is somebody that we talked a lot about the first time he appeared here today in the broadcast, and you can't go without mentioning him once again, just bringing through that Shaolin play to start off.
Yeah, the Shaolin for Rock Monkey, absolutely impeccable. The guy doesn't miss. He's a great player. I wouldn't be surprised to see him in the PPL later on, but right now he's definitely the man to look out for. If Purity is going to get a W, it's going to be off the back of that man right there.
We're talking about, he just makes Shaolin look easy in the way that he plays, especially because he himself is so cool and collected when you look at his player cam, that whether he's hitting every single one, gets a bunch of kills, you couldn't actually tell if he's playing well or not by his face. You just got to look at the actual gameplay and think, oh, well, you're rocking on through there. But in game number 2, we saw a little bit of a turnaround, Gore, and how do you think that SK managed to pull themselves up by the bootstraps?
It was one of those things, like you said, it was a wake-up call coming in where it's just kind of like they were first seed in North America coming into this. They were really strong. They were able to kind of pull themselves together, and losing 4-0 is a very, very good way to be like coming in. Like we said, we saw smiles before. We saw Jeby kind of playing around in the camera, making faces. And then after game 1, that was completely different. Like they're still kind of like smiling. Jeby, of course, is still infectious with his smiles and everything, but the rest of the team was a lot more serious. They were ready to go forward, and I feel like that was kind of what came through. They were like, "We can't do this. Like we cannot lose these games."
It was really close.
And I think that it was really just the wake-up call that came through, where they decided, okay, everything is serious. Turn on competitive mode to the max and push forward.
And that synergy really shined through, because if you look at Stolzy and Danny, where Danny ended up getting 3 kills and Stolzy got 2, and what resulted in their point capture to bring it up 2-1, that was a big pivotal moment in showing that they were coming back into their stride again. So what do you think it took to get there?
I think if you look at the dynamic duo of Stolzy and Prince Danny, you have to also look at the dynamic duo of Jeby and Wiffle. They're
really
put
good.
So much pressure on the enemy team's backline. It opens up so much room for
I like how they call him Wiffle. His name's Wi-Fi, for fuck's sakes. Everyone calls him either Wiffle or Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi.
Gore, do you agree that the frontliners are front and center for that?
Yeah, we definitely saw, I think in game 2 specifically was where that was kind of starting to shine through, where it was just like SK, when they were able to finally go forward, and even following into game 3, just their positioning, the way they were kind of bringing in, I assume just the comms that they bring in as well, really help keep the players at a level head and ready to continue playing instead of getting demoralized about any of the losses.
Can you buy this beanie?
Definitely been keeping it toe-to-toe.
It's EB Games or GameStop.
In that game number 2, we were talking about how the point got captured to bring it 2-1 in SK's favor, but then the defense came from Purity to bring it actually to 2-2, keeping them on their toes. So
it's Wi-Fi.
What happened then going into game number 3?
Going into game number 3, you looked at the draft.
I'm actually pretty good friends with Wi-Fi. His name's actually
SK
Wi-Fi.
Bring out the Grover, and these two characters. These aren't something that SK is comfortable with. I think they're looking for it because of how well it did during the PPL tournament. I'm really hoping to see them, play a little bit more with that buck, figure it out, because if they end up going up against Navi without the knowledge and without the comfortability with playing that buck, they're going to have a hard set looking forward if they do come out of this ahead.
So would you say, Cuss, that it was a huge risk for them to come through, not necessarily putting everybody on comfort picks?
It was definitely risky, but they did have, a couple comfort picks. They had Jeby on that Ruckus still, and honestly, Stolzy played that buck very, very well. He was almost unkillable. I think he did have 7 or 8 deaths, but I think that was more about a snowball effect that Purity was able to get ahead. And but that buck is just that buck's a monster.
A lot of it, looking at positioning too.
I want Redx to play buck.
Game number 2, the management that came from the tanks to actually put things in motion. But then here, where Stolzy had those openings because of the rest of his team as well. So with that, Gore, how do you think that they're working collectively with that?
No.
I feel SK, like it seemed like they got
Serpent Speech next.
In, like game number 1, and then coming in game number 2, they kind of recollected themselves. Coming into game number 3, they had a lot more of that synergy that I feel we saw in the last couple days throughout the PPL itself, where they weren't just 2 separate units. It wasn't, hey, we're going to run in and try to set them up, and you're going to just kind of sit in the back. It was actually cohesion coming through, the rotations from the rest of the champions and the rest of the players to kind of set that up. So I feel like this was SK hitting their stride again, like coming through, demoralized from game 1 and game 2, start to find themselves going. It went to like 3-3 before they finally closed it out, and then they were like, all right, we can do this. We know we can close it out. We just have to kind of keep ourselves going cleanly.
With Serpent Beach being the next map for these teams, and Purity actually had a good game with that within their first set, where on the EV, Rock Monkey made a big impact. And
see, that I think is better.
In the previous game, but
EV here is a bit better.
Just try to mimic
we'll
some of the strategies that worked for them before.
I
feel like they need to pick up an arrow.
For an early Androxus here, that's Rock Monkey's bread and butter. Again, it's going to be all about just making.
I think Inara Andro
and having Rubu in those frontliners.
It's what they need to pick up.
For him, if they can do that, they can find success in this.
Inara Andro, and then maybe pick up the Drogos for
SK out. They can
Redx in the back.
Serpent Beach as well.
There's a point in game number 2 when Rock Monkey looked like he was gonna take that control from SK, and he was doing a fairly good job. But then as soon as he ended up dying, and then the rest of the team wasn't there to follow up, SK just grabbed it right back from them. So locking in the Makoa as the first pick over there for Purity.
I think the Makoa is definitely it's a staple choice.
It's
SK a little.
not Jaguar Falls.
That should be fine. They should be okay with that.
The other one.
Comes in, go with the Inara. I would imagine so.
Serpent
We'll
Speech.
see what happens.
Stolzy played a really good Bomb King earlier.
No reason to give it up if it worked well for you. And like the one thing I'm looking at this from SK just on the screen, Shaolin was banned.
Oh, the new map, yeah.
I have 2 stars next to Shaolin and 2
yeah, they
games
took
where
Inara.
Purity did really, really well. The last one, they were able to fight back, but I think that was a really big thing, like you said. If you keep Rock Monkey uncomfortable, if he's not playing something that he's quite as good with, the rest of the team doesn't come through. He's kind of the one that's leading the way, opens it up for the rest of them. Even if sometimes it's, hey, I'm just...
I don't play with the
confirming
team.
kills,
I kind of want to
either
get onto
way,
a team, but I don't.
They're getting kills. They're getting that
know.
opening. They're trying to go forward with it. And I feel like taking that away from him, keeping him kind of on his toes,
Yeah.
is definitely a way
Androxus,
for SK
Ruckus.
to
Yeah,
kind of tilt them away.
the Ruckus out of off of
Androxus
Bitey.
gets locked in, just like you expected, Cuss.
Yeah, I mean, and they get the Androxus for Rock Monkey. They get Rubu's.
That way they
Ruckus.
can actually
Both of these
maybe
characters
pick.
are absolutely
They
insane on Serpent
obviously
Beach.
SK
Being
knows
able
they're
to take
probably
over that
looking for the
high ground, especially
Drogos,
after you win the
since
point,
Redx has a
you
really
get
good
zone.
fucking
Having a lot
Drogos.
of
So
characters that can get to those high ground positions, very important for Serpent Beach.
So with some of the picks not necessarily being comfortable during the last game and Purity ended up with the loss, then Gore here, it's being kind of more familiar territory.
If they can find that comfort.
SK
I expect it to be
probably
another one that's
Stalzy.
going to go probably 3-3.
I think Stalzy's better
I don't
than
see Purity
than,
finding another 4-0. I just
whatchamacallit,
don't see that happening.
than,
I think they kind of
Prince
caught
Danny.
SK off guard, and I think that came in, and it was, again, the wake-up call where SK was like, okay, wait, we can't mess around with these guys. We need to take this seriously. That's where game 2
Kinda
came
sucks
in,
this
where they're
Purity
like,
doesn't
these
get
guys
last
know how
pick.
to draft, these guys know how to play, and we see it go 3-3. We see it on the backs of the Shaolin. We see it on the Terminus. Everything kind of being spread around for Purity. If they can find their home here and be happy with what they have for Purity, that's a good chance for them to start slipping up SK. And SK has a pretty good draft coming into this as well. But we saw the Bomb King earlier, where it was good, but it wasn't nearly as effective as you would think. It wasn't
They're
an
gonna go
easy
Drogos?
win for them.
Thus
I swear to
far
God, if they
within
go
the
Grok,
draft
I'm gonna be
class,
really pissed.
Who's are you favoring?
Right now,
Yeah.
I'm looking at SK, and there were some players out there joking. You get Torvald, you get Bomb King, you win the game, no problem. I mean, it looks good, but
Are they
when
gonna
you
go
look at
Buck?
Purity's lineup, you look at Redx,
They might
you
go
look at
Buck.
Rock Monkey, they got the Drogos, they got the Andro, Rubu's got his Ruckus. All I see on Purity's side is comfort. So it's going to be that, can Bomb King light up the stage and really carry this, or is Purity's comfort picks going to give them another win here?
What about you, Gore? Who are you
Up
favoring?
to you, Hacked. I don't care.
As of right now, I really like the way Purity's built their roster, just because at this point they have everything they'd be comfortable with. The Androxus, I think, is going to be kind of the wild card for me coming into this, depending on how Rock Monkey can pilot that. Because
Buck, yeah,
the
that's what I
Drogos
thought.
earlier on in their first set, that was part.
That was
of
probably
the
their best
concept
pick.
up.
It just
And
they
Androxus does pretty similar things to the Shaolin in the sense that he's
they
just
need
gonna be cleaning
to
up what
take the
Drogos
Torvald
set
and the
up.
Buck
So I
out.
expect that one to be good, but SK are looking very strong.
Well, Buck's ready to party as the last lock in there. So, casters, why don't you go ahead and take it away?
Thank you so much, Gabby. Appreciate that. And so far, Nick, I mean, which one of these? I mean, both of these drafts seem to be everyone in the game has gotten what they like.
Yeah.
What do you think it's so far, and what do you like about either side?
Stalls is going to be on the
everything that they wanted in this draft. The big question
on the
is just what
whatchamacallit
I
again.
think is Danny on Buck. That's the big question mark. And it's such an awkward spot to be in because when you pick and ban out Rock Monkey, you also kind of pick and ban out Prince Danny. They have a lot of overlap in their champion pool. And this game, the Androxus has gone the way of Rock.
Well, it's going to be an interesting one as really Purity have got to win the next 2-1s if they are going next 2 sets. If they're going to defeat SK Gaming this time around, SK Gaming, you know, they've gotten not necessarily what they want, but they've gotten a tier list that goes in their favor. The Inara, the Bomb King.
Everything is definitely good on the side
Yeah.
of SK Gaming.
Right.
Sort of like game 1. There's 4 exclamation points and a question mark. And last time we
Stalzy,
said that,
Prince Danny, and Buck.
it was a 4-0 in favor of Purity.
All right, well, we'll see how things play off. Rock Monkey hasn't seen Androxus, and Redx hasn't seen Drogos at all so far this time around.
Also true.
Yeah, so this could be a new feeling here for Purity. William, we've seen his Makoa in the PGS time and time again. It's always been extremely successful. as he'll play that one more time, and Rubu as well on the...
I want to see William on his
Snare.
freaking Fernando.
But like, you know, Cuss said, get Bomb King, you get Torvald, and you tack on Buck? I don't know. As we head now into the first round of Serpent Beach, Purity versus SK Gaming, who will win?
Rock Monkey coming around the left here. He doesn't know it yet, but he's not going to be met with much resistance. Everyone from SK Gaming is over on the right side here. Wi-Fi takes about half of his HP before throwing up his wall.
And right there, Prince Danny fell very low, and Rubu's going to play the aggressor now as Stolzy's kind of get pushed out. Rubu's going to get on that objective with William right above there, pressing SK Gaming back to their spawn. Now 24% do come out for SK, and Purity, they're both fighting on the objective. Actually, no one's on the objective right now.
Drogo's has complete control of these little nests. SK don't have much to chase him down with. Buck might be able to get up here.
Oh, that hit?
Oh,
shit, bro.
The fire spit connects as well.
He's using combustible again.
So far, playing this very safe.
William walks away with that first blood, but right there, Stolzy's giving him some trouble. Danny as well. William has to hide
Better shield up.
Stolzy very weak. He's going to get that Torvald protection and just have to go back up top. But right there, one shot as Rock Monkey takes down Wi-Fi.
Nice.
And now it's 55% for Purity. This is going their way so far.
Huge fire spit lands onto 3 targets. William finds Stolzy hiding out for dear life. Does this reversal land?
He didn't get around the corner.
Able to find a couple of stone pebbles there from the spear to take him down. Shield is up. Dragon punches here. Takes down Nara. This looks like a Purity first point.
And it probably was, but actually the
nice stun
there from William saved the day as he actually brought Prince Danny to him, and that's what paused the overtime here. And now SK Gaming are turning things around.
What did they do?
Looks like it was. Vex 30 finds 2. Danny takes down 1, and Vex finds his 3rd kill in this point fight. And it looks like SK are able to take back control. 57% now. They're not out of it just yet. Purity have a chance to
I think he won something, but it wasn't
a single mistake.
William has got to be kicking himself for that one. He literally brought the contest to him. Buckwild's going to be initiated, and Redex, he's blind.
He's dead.
In the back.
Oh, nice stun.
Oh, but Tooney, he's going to take down Prince Danny. Overtime meter begins to tick out, and Purity will have 1 kill advantage, and they'll get it. Purity is not done yet, Nick.
Stolen away. That wall was good, but the ultimates were just.
Why hook you in? You're dead, dude. Why? I don't get. Fucking Doggo does that all the time. Hook someone in when you're dead.
Because they just needed a small.
I don't know how the hell he just lived that.
To take that from 99% to 100.
Rock Monkey.
Mocha, what are you doing, man?
Out of sight now. 208 remain. He's just camped out. Really got a nice spot. I don't see too many people, utilize that, but it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, not that line of sight for sure. 2 minutes on the clock. The shots are coming out. Stolzy's forced out of this high ground. Rock Monkey taking a lot of damage. He's going to back up and just hang out in that gourd for a moment.
And get a little bit of health as he'll return back to full. Now it's 148.
Redex needs to freaking start shooting in there.
Backs against the wall. Prince Dandy is going to find Redex, and that's really going to be a big DPS relief, as they don't have to worry about fire spits coming out, and it's also Redex running combustible this time around. So Prince Danny, he's going for one more. And
oh, he missed it.
To do the reversal.
Buck actually a decent character to counter out Drogos in most situations, and Serpent Beach is probably Buck's strongest map. If not, yeah, I would say it's probably his strongest map, especially in this tournament, and if history has told us anything. And he can kind of chase Drogos down. There's nowhere the Drogos can go where the Buck can't find him.
Right, Redex now. He's going to run right back into the Buck again, but the fire spit does come out. Healing is online, though. Redex doesn't have any. In fact, it's 185 remaining. Vex takes down Rock Monkey. Redex just gets out of there, but he's not out of the neck of the woods.
No! How is he still alive?
It is definitely difficult to bring down the thrust up into the air. Salvo gonna find some decent damage, but it is Bitey on Inara. Holding down the high ground. He gets knocked up.
Oh, shit!
With a big pick.
That was a huge one, and there's so much to stay. Dragon Punch, though. Hold that thought. Redex now online. Oh, but he's gonna run right into Stone.
What?
Who blows him up.
That's a thing.
The better king.
Oh, shit.
So Redex starts the fight very well, but SK are countering it beautifully.
If that King Bomb doesn't come out there, Purity and Dragon Punch lands. Purity might have 2-0'd that one, pushed it in. Great job there by Stolzy.
Holy shit.
Good recognition.
That would have been a very, very rough spot to be in. I think Bitey definitely learned his lesson about standing up on that pedestal as Inara with no way to really keep himself.
They're not going to get it there.
There's very few things Inara can do to try and keep
they shouldn't run it
off of a situation like that, so it's better not to just give the opportunity to Redex, especially now that he knows it's there. I don't even know if he was going for
Oh, no, they're going to go.
So. I mean, they're looking to hit the fire
nice.
Spit, but not knock off, but hold that
nice.
Rock Monkey Tooney, they're eaching to get one. Tooney, he's trying to land that.
He has his ult.
Serpent Here comes a Gorge for some backup now, and
Heal your fucking Mocha.
Really caught out. This might go down. Prince Danny though is gonna find William. Rock finds Bitey, and Dread Serpent is online. It might just come out to lock it up, but Stolzy's gonna have something to say about it.
There is still a lot of potential for Purity to take this point. Not with losing Rock Monkey.
Ult!
Definitely dwindling. Rubu doesn't have his Hexafire, but the guns are good enough. Wi-Fi.
Yeah, boy! Oh shit!
Purity is not.
Mal didn't even need to ult. Mal didn't even need to ult.
As it is a 2-0
Holy
on
shit,
SK.
Myro.
We have seen their tilt factor throughout this tournament. It is definitely viable and it's definitely there. There's smiles when they're doing good. There's
Look at them, they're just pissed.
Vex is right
Holy
back to
shit.
that. Not frown, but he's on the verge.
And the comms were just pretty curt, pretty quiet there from Vex. I heard him just mouth, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And that's not good. One-word answers.
Sure, Mom.
Exactly.
Look at this.
Exactly.
Pop! You're gone.
Fires, but look at that. Slow-mo.
Oh, nice.
You're going to head to the death screen.
That was crazy. This is crazy. That was like he had milliseconds to kill him. Milliseconds.
Well, now we're heading now to the third round, and Nick Redix has not missed a beat on the Drogo.
Whoa, Rubu straight to the back line.
He's not even going.
Getting extremely aggressive.
That's right. Dread Serpent does come out now. Stolzy, he's blind. He doesn't even know who's there. Redix and Rubu.
Oh shit! No!
Comes out, but hold on now. They will get a lot of percentage for this one, Nick, but they burned a lot of resource to do so.
I don't think it matters.
Fire coming up shortly.
There's the combustion.
Oh, she's gone.
Takedown Bitey, very staggered. 9 seconds before SK Gaming will be S5 once more.
Can you believe this? I mean, Purity, they're not going away. In fact, they might walk away with a 3-0.
Pop.
Finds another one.
Nice.
Oh, man, Purity, they're not done yet, and they're hungry for more.
This SK Gaming
He's gonna get his ult again. She can't get it. She's not gonna do it. You're dead. You're dead.
But the body blocks from oh no, overtime will start.
Oh, he didn't kill her. Why are you body blocking, dude? Just kill her. You just kill yourself.
One more time. All right, Stolzy there. Stolzy. He's not letting go. Okay,
nice.
That's it. Purity get it though.
They do go up 3-0. Stolzy's able to take the kill from Rock Monkey. The reversal was big, but not big enough.
That was crazy, man.
And Purity look to keep themselves in with another potential 4-0.
King Bomb online for
the drops.
As well as
screw the drops, man. You don't need drops. Come watch this.
Purity rebuilding their online, their ultimates online. Here comes a Grumpy Bomb. Stolzy initiating in, but a Fire Spit does come through, and Stolzy has found some success on the Bomb King once again.
A lot of damage coming out on the Toonie. He could be in a rough spot here. Nice bomb down from distance to put Redx in a rough spot. Everyone from Purity's pretty low and just on the back foot for the time being. A lot of damage from Chain Reaction coming out, and SK Gaming are so far holding a great defense against Purity.
40 remain. Payload has started to regress. It doesn't matter. Even if the
killed Wi-Fi, nice. Kill him. Kill Stolzy.
Oh,
oh, there we go.
It's a 3-for-3 trade on both sides.
Oh my God.
2-for-2. Prince Danny not going away. He's eating a lot of damage. He's forced to disengage, but there's that recovery. Builds his life all the way back up.
Blood has been spilled that fight. 3-for-3 though, so it isn't even traded.
Yeah.
Really no ground is gained from either side. Purity are going to work their way back onto the point. Start moving this.
They're starting to save some ults because they know they can't use them.
Positioning, looking to hold off the conversion and try and take this to a round 3.
Redx, he's been the X factor here for me.
Pop.
Show up as
that's too far.
To hit it. Will miss the fires, but William finds Vex though. That means no healing. Now it's an Ancient Rage. He pulls right at Prince Danny. Prince Danny can heroically leap out to safety, and it's really William diving the back line, but a Buck Wild comes out again.
You're dead.
Up. The
well, maybe.
Is reduced. The cooldown.
Why don't people follow up? Oh, nice, Rock Monkey.
Reversal to kill Stolzy.
Now it's Rock Monkey. He's still in line. Toonie's gonna find Bitey there. 42 seconds remain. Oh, it might be a 4-0 again as Purity is pushing along the right-hand side here. Redx flanking from up top, and SK Gaming are trickling out of the base.
Wi-Fi immediately cut off that hyper beam.
Oh, he missed it! He missed it! Oh, they might get it!
Dread Serpent comes out once again. Rock Monkey's still online. Seismic crashes a last-ditch effort.
She's dead.
Bitey will pay for the life. Now it's going to be a reversal. Buck comes down.
Oh!
Redx finds him.
Kill him!
Another one goes down.
Kill him! Yes! Oh, shit! Oh, nice. That Andrew is really good. Holy shit. Holy shit.
I think Purity are slowly but surely starting to realize that this is real, Paul. This could happen.
Holy fuck.
Man, and it not even could happen. It's right there on happening. I mean, they're just one game away. They're still in it entirely as we check out the score sheet here. And who do you like to note on this score sheet now?
I just think it's the comfort picks.
They did have very comfort picks, man.
Damage, 9 and 6. Rock Monkey with another great game, 11 and 8. But Rubu and Makoa coming out for William, having those comfort picks across the board for Purity
last game,
just
yeah,
seems so important.
Oh man, this is intense. Stallsy is pissed. He's like, these fucking unranked guys coming in and kicking our ass 4-0.
But it just got 4-0.
Absolutely.
Frog Isles, man. Next, if Redix can get on Frog Isles,
Serpent Beach, there was a lot of verticality. And Makoa being able to drag anyone off of the high ground from SK. They didn't have a great way to get back up there.
Oh boy.
Look at Tooney there. He's just free pushing the cart the entire game.
Objective
That's
time.
Result in a lot of credits for this squad. And you have to talk about the credit economy in a 4-0 sweep. That means cauterizes, things like that. Important item pickups for SK just don't happen where you've got Tooney. Not only is there not a lot of cauterize online, but 212 objective time means a ton of credit spooling for being and pushing and doing that objective.
It's Frog Isles, yeah, I know it is.
Levels of Chronos means more healing, less cauterize from SK. That is a really nasty storm to be involved with.
And the thing about it is that he was on Maldumba. He wasn't even through the wall healing that Vex had on Genos.
Yeah.
Now, granted, those charts are slightly manipulated due to the fact that it was a 4-0, so SK never really was able to get on the objective, but that's just another credit to Purity. As they are, I mean, is there another PPL slot available? I mean, these guys are playing great.
They've definitely proven themselves worthy, and we know SK have been weak in LAN performances, but this would be a whole new level of weak. And coming in first seed from the online stages and being brought low by the PGS squad, looking to come, forming themselves out of rank
Stone Quarry
to cement themselves on one of the biggest stages.
Which Drogos is still okay,
punch their ticket to the
but
next step closer for qualifying for the PWC. If they won't do it here, but they will go to the semifinals, which if they can win, if they can win one more set after taking down SK, we will see a PGS team qualify for the Paladins World Championship in January.
The scary thing, I think Bitey should have to remove one of those American flags for every game they lose, and then he adds one for every game they win. Either way, he's looking Super America. I like it. But all right, so here's the thing that I'm really curious about. There goes Splitstone Quarry.
I know these people hacked
here, so they might have a little something up their sleeve for it.
I can't bite.
What's going to be the key here? Because Prince Danny, he didn't look bad on the buck, but didn't look good either.
He got a ton of damage, but he was 4 and 6.
Right.
BK Makoa,
it's the inverse of, like, we'll see Androxus's be in like the bottom 4 for damage.
They're thinking Andrew.
20 and 0. It
Terminus.
doesn't matter. They're doing what they meant to.
They need a Nara.
Terminus is first picked. SK ban away the Bomb King, so
grab
a
the
little bit
Nara.
of difference already starting up here in the draft.
I wonder why Purity chose to go the Makoa ban here. They knew they were going to let Terminus squeak on by.
I think Purity have to take Androxus here because not only is Bomb King banned
I think they go Inara, Andrew.
Opens it up.
Shaolin, oh yeah.
Shaolin here instead.
Rock. Yeah, Rock Monkey gonna take that one. And
maybe Inara too. Ruckus. That's true. Get rid of it for Bitey, man.
Highly contested pick in either one of these series.
At the end of the day, those
they're gonna go Inara though. Inara Terminus.
And Drogos hasn't been super popular on Splitstone Quarry. Splitstone Quarry hasn't been a very popular map, period.
We've seen it more, though.
SK have run it. They brought it here yesterday, and they brought out a Zin. Some wacky stuff with the Zin. And the Ruckus already being gone. Terminus definitely going to Wi-Fi. It's definitely something to keep an eye out for, but look out for Bitey to play it. So maybe SK go to the triple DPS.
Maybe Inara comes out here, have some massive tank presence. And you're right, Drogos, just too many ceilings, too many rooms.
All right, that's true. That's true.
As far as Splitstone Quarry goes for Drogos.
I think you just Virtus Pro this again if you're SK. Go for the Grover. Go for the Buck. Purity have already put you in a decent...
Fernando, they're not even going to Inara.
Instead,
I'm actually super surprised.
They couldn't go Grover Buck at the end, but they're going to keep things open and available for themselves. Androxus, notably still on the table.
Maybe even Torvald. To be honest, Torvald. See, if they go Torvald Buck, I would have liked that a lot better. And then put Redix on Buck. I think that would have been really better, a lot better.
Not most likely, but it's there. Another DPS as well for Purity. SK now on the board. Isn't it funny?
Wacky stuff, I know, right?
One of the supports in the league that literally prioritizes getting the Maldamba over Genos. Like, it's not always prioritized. Genos mostly is, but he'll be more than happy taking that Maldamba.
Makes me think that they could potentially be going for a triple front line here because Maldamba is the premier healer when you are going that strategy. When you're going to stack up a bunch of beefy bodies,
it's true.
It is invaluable for that. As well as I think just has the better ultimate.
Torvald?
Less so nowadays than he used to, but time and space still requiring a little bit of setup at the highest level of play to hit it.
Sure, Grover will come out, so this will be for Danny, as he'll pick
Buck.
that up, and it'll be the Buck as well for Stolzy. So they will go that composition, Nick, that you were talking about.
They've Virtus Pro'd him, and it worked well for them. It worked very well for them on Frozen Guard.
Right.
And this has been the most effective way at shutting down what has
See,
been
now what
a
does
very
Ruckus or
prevalent flank
Redx
meta.
play, though?
Very high burst damage, low time to kill with these very bursty
Grok?
champions that we know Rock
Like-
Monkey likes to play. And you can kind of see it on his face that he realized he doesn't have a lot of great targets this time around.
Yeah, you see a little bit of a concern there, kind of, as we're seeing what will Redx go. I mean, he's hovering now. Does he go back to Drogoz due to comfort?
Just think about how difficult this SK lineup is to bring down. You've got
just go
3
Drogoz.
full resets here available.
To be honest,
The
yeah, that's
reanimate
probably the
from
best thing for him.
Terminus.
Right.
You've got the Fernando Immortal to keep off all the aggression from things like Hexafire and Dragon Punch. And then you've got a Whirlwind that's just going to juice everyone back up to full HP.
Well, SK, they have Borker there, holding the flags down as
Advantage.
Rock Monkey has his little trinket, the monkey. So it's a battle of the animal mascots here, as it's 2-2. And I mean, I don't think anyone called this one going to 5. You know, maybe SK 3-1, but 3-2.
I
or
will say,
maybe Purity.
What I like to see, what I'm looking to see in this matchup is that SK have drafted the very Virtus Pro style, but the difference here, and these are the same 2 bands that we saw in basically all of the NIP Virtus Pro set, is the Drogoz. That was the one thing that Ninjas in Pajamas never went to. Can it overcome the Grover and the Buck to be able to come out on top? It'll be a good answer, I think, for Terminus. But if Danny is
Watching
laying his
Pug,
axes
too.
and Stolzy is putting the appropriate pressure onto this dragon, I think it could be a difficult day for Redx.
Well, if it has been combustible before for Redx now, and the combustible will knock off these tanks off a gourd there in the middle, and it'll also knock them off the objective.
They need to get a shit ton of caught.
Undying is going to come out for Wi-Fi. That's been the
which they're doing. Perfect.
Excuse me, the legendary.
I would even Genos just get
Terminus on
Chronos.
so far.
Yeah, as well as Aegis for Bitey's Fernando. And Wrecker has fallen off in popularity because shielding tanks have fallen off in popularity. And Aegis is
I think Rock Monkey might fuck him up, so we'll see. If Rock Monkey plays good,
as well as removing the duration, so you have no choice.
He's on his comfort pick. You got lots of comfort picks for Purity, man. So.
Well, right now it is 0-0, 2-2. Purity versus SK Gaming, PPL versus the PGS, and SK Gaming are rushing right onto the objective, abusing the fact that they have the Terminus.
There is going to be that initial capture going the way of SK, 27-30%. Wi-Fi is still just doing that dance, moving around, trying to absorb as much capture point as he can before getting knocked out by Combustible Fire Spit.
Redx had found a buck there on Stolzy, and Stolzy very weak. He's going to get healed back up there due to recovery. Now it's first blood, though, and that's going to go over to Stolzy. He turns on Redx and kills him. Rock Monkey has his work cut out for him as SK Gaming look to take the first opening objective to 50, and they'll have to back off. Purity will. It's
a critical matchup. We knew that it had to go the way of Stolzy. Stolzy has a
there's no point control and point now, though.
Taking down Redx this game. He gets gripped up and slain, though. Tooney credited with the frag.
84% now for SK Gaming. Somebody from Purity is going to have to dive onto it now. Redx is over there. He's going to activate a fire.
Someone's got to take care of this Grover, man.
Prince Danny forced to back out. He'll get hit by Rock Monkey's arrow. Now it's a little focus up top, and 45% for Purity as they get on the objective. SK Gaming are trying to figure out how to get in.
I think a wise call from SK overall. Just reset, reset, reset. We lost Stolzy. He's going to be critical here. And Redx needs to play this carefully.
He does.
You ever see, even Evil Eye can run this Drogoz into rough matchups as long as he stays safe.
Nice.
Stolzy will find Tooney, so the healing is gone. Stolzy might be able to find
take him out, take him out.
It's going to be Rubu who dives on. Slither comes out from Vex. Vex trying to get away. Rock Monkey, it's overtime here. The Dread Serpent comes out from Vex, and now Rock Monkey
nice.
Down Vex.
Take out the Terminus, you dumbass.
Oh my God, Wi-Fi got in the way of that planted, but it still doesn't matter.
Nice.
Vex goes down. The Dragon Punch is good, and there's no reanimate available for Wi-Fi, so he has to hold that L.
Fernando's the last one up now as Stolzy comes in. And now,
nice.
Oh, that's a direct
oh, he's wasted. Wasted his ult. Nice. Holy shit.
Oh my goodness, and this is not what you want.
You're cheering in the back.
Gaming fan, you have a PGS team unranked against the #1 seed out of North America looking to make the upset a reality.
I'm an SK Gaming fan.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I love what I'm seeing coming out here from Purity. They're playing incredible. It's not over. It's just getting started. I think this one's going to 4, as Splitstone Quarry is one of the hardest maps, if not the hardest map, to convert this payload on. It's definitely the longest push. 2 minutes remain here as Purity have got to find something going. A 2-0 start would be detrimental to SK
Come on, Rock
Gaming's
Monkey.
mindset.
And I think at the end of the day, that's what you have to remember. It's that SK Gaming aren't playing bad. They're not making very notable mistakes. It's just Purity that are coming out swinging. They know what they do well, and they are doing it.
You know, sometimes in the NBA, what they talk about is that the defense is great, but the offense is just better. And so far, Purity is coming out here.
Yeah, boy, screw him up.
He's gonna have to recover 3 times.
Destroyed him. Come on, push him out. Yeah, boy, die. Oh my god.
SK Gaming, they're scrambling, but they're getting stuck up. Payload at 50%.
Nice. He used the wall to get up.
Again, they've got a lot of time on the
Plant
clock.
on him.
The animate is available for Wi-Fi. Into planted goes Rock Monkey looking for something. He won't find any kills, but SK Gaming, they feel like they're against the ropes.
And they are. Their backs are pinned up to the wall, Nick, and Rock Monkey, he's gotten his comfort pick.
Come on, boy.
He couldn't ask for a better draft process, as right now it's going to be Wi-Fi who dives there on the Terminus, but they have Rock Monkey unlocated. Stolzy will find 2.
Is he going to ult?
Great help.
Rock Monkey ult. Hey, ult.
Really need a defensive stop, and 2 die. That'll help SK Gaming to situate that up.
This looks like a good start for them. Rock Monkey deep in the back line. He is going
Oh, what was that?
for something. He will find nothing.
Holy
40 seconds
shit.
on the clock. And Splitstone is a large map, a very low capture point conversion percentage here. So things are looking slim. Purity have probably one chance to make it back to this point cleanly, but SK are not allowing them to do so.
SK situated now in a great position. Prince Danny's going to eat a fire spit there. He'll have to back away, no problem for him. 17 seconds remain, so Purity are going to have to dive this point at some point in time or just give it up. SK
Better watch out, buddy.
Danny has found Red X, but Red X just going to thrust away.
No, I don't think they're going to be able to get on.
Teams are going to scramble
Maybe.
for this final team fight.
I don't know if that's the Vine that Danny wanted. He's going to have to fight on outside of the high ground here. Up
He's
to
trying to
the
get
high
in. He wants to. He wants to.
ground with a Shatterfall that won't get him there either. Overtime
No.
starts. Massive Calamity Blast from Wi-Fi to take down Rock.
That was insane damage, and it all came from the bitey kill. He fireballed Red X in the air, and this is going to be a defensive stop here. The run back is just too far. As SK Gaming want to take
This is intense.
right now, and boy, I think this game has everyone on their seat. As Purity, it's either way. Nice seismic crash here from William. That set things
That
up.
was good.
Absolutely.
That was good.
William almost body blocked Stolzy into it as well. Those 2 kills turned into 4 as Stolzy fell and Bitey fell alongside them. William definitely moving along the legwork, and that fight. Look at the damage charts, Paul.
Oh man, good call there, Nick. As Purity are leading it by 4 members in the top 5. In fact, it's just Stolzy. Oh man, but SK Gaming did get the defensive hold, so that's all that matters.
They definitely do, but there is a lot of things going right.
They need to build up their cot. They need to build up their cot.
Careful about how he approaches this fight. He has to be the one.
That whirlwind needs to be
Nobody else really can do it.
useless,
Danny's
basically.
axes, you saw him try and land. He missed probably 4 in a row on the airborne target, so it has to be Buck to take down Drogos.
Well, now it's going to be Stolzy, and a little bit of overextend from William. He gets taken down to about 25% of the way, but so does Terminus. Seismic Crash comes out again. Oh, and it might be set up again. No! But someone got popped up there, and that destroyed them out of that wombo as Red X finds Stolzy.
But it is going to force a couple of ultimates out of SK Gaming. The Hexafire is here. The
Oh, nice!
Rips it open with a double kill.
That's right. Now Prince Danny will find.
Why?
Oh, no.
What'd you do that
The
for?
Reanimate comes out and eliminates Red X. Heat Haze was popped as well from Rock Monkey. No value there. And SK Gaming, they're situated and have the ultimates in their favor as a lot of stuff was used there from both sides.
A lot of things are all gone now. Every ultimate is off the table. It's going to come down to a man and his aim versus the other man across the table.
Ruckus needs to go kill that girl.
Now, though, it's Rock Monkey and his that is taking over this fight.
Oh boy! Rock Monkey finds Stolzy. As overtime has begun to take out now, but that objective as Rubo, he actually flanks right here.
Oh, nice.
Red X finds another. Oh, Prince Danny, he's going to fall as well. Heal comes out, but that's not going to matter. Rock Monkey takes him down, and now it's Purity. The trickle kills.
Stagger him.
And if they find one more here, it could go in their way.
Bitey's just trying to fade away, but Rock
Stagger
Monkey,
him.
William cut them off. Stolzy's trying to find the frag. If William can get him, and he does, Stolzy goes down 99% for SK, but Purity 67, 78 and rising.
And Terminus going to get into that objective. They're not going to let Purity walk away with this one. A good
Nice.
Rock Monkey takes down Wi-Fi. He's not going to have any reanimate there, and 99% is going to come out for both of these teams. Overtime.
Both their tanks are dead. They're done. They're done. Nice.
They look to walk away with another one here.
Nice.
As they take the lead once again.
2-1 on
Fire spit.
offense.
Blossom up. Nice. 1,000 damage. Holy
Doing
shit.
such a good job of just staying safe.
This is a good pick for him.
Away
Good pick
this
for him.
buck. Don't let him get to you. Be safe.
Get out of there.
Rely on this fire spit. RedX, he knows it so well, and he's been doing it perfectly.
Purity have been controlling the point so far. SK Gaming seem to have had it.
Get out of there, buddy.
A last-minute flank by Rubu on Ruckus from the top had changed that
Nice.
one. Fire spit comes
All
out,
his fire
it's been
spits are hits.
connecting.
Nice.
Direct shots haven't been as much, but fire spit definitely has.
Combustible traditionally has been the safest way to play Drogos. You just stay, you corner peek, you pop your fire spit, you get your damage off, and then you move back to safety. I think RedX knows this. He knows Stolzy's going to be hunting him on the buck, so he has to play carefully.
And
nice.
Dragon Punch. Rock Monkey finds Stolzy. Bitey falls as well. Here comes a fire spit. That won't connect though. It's Vex in the back line. Oh, he's gonna eat a direct shot. Rock Monkey.
SK's dying again.
4 down for SK Gaming, and now the trickle begins as they're just gonna wait it.
I should have told him. If I was them, I would have just said, "Don't hit him. Don't hit him for a bit."
For SK. There's one more point fight to win.
What's up, dude?
Purity can convert here, so panic has not set in yet, but it is going to be a factor this game, Paul. I think if it gets down to the wire, if this goes 3-1, SK might start to panic.
Well, it's very possible. Nick, what's the comeback factor for SK? How do they get back into this one?
They have to be able to get to this backline and shut down these streaks. RedX is the first to fall. That's a big one, but Rock has to die as well.
Rock gets taken down Wi-Fi. It's a 1-for-1 trade. RedX does go down. Immortal comes out here.
Keep your ults.
Now it's a whirlwind, but the quarterizer coming online. A seismic crash in the back line is going to find Prince Danny. Prince Danny might just fall, but he gets away with like 1 life.
Oh my god, if he stays alive, that's going to be big, and it looks like
he does.
Passive healing on Grover as well as getting out of combat. Tops Danny back off, and this looks like it could be a good look for SK Gaming to stabilize.
Rock Monkey missing a couple shots there. It's funny how it's kind of in the back lines when you have your back turned to the enemy, or the enemy turns
Nice,
to you.
kill him.
Oh, this could take down Wi-Fi though.
Nice.
Wi-Fi will get taken out by RedX. 25 seconds remain here as despite
there it is.
Going, SK Gaming are still in this one for a defense.
Wi-Fi has to pop the reanimate, and that's a big ultimate use. William goes down. Fade away, fire spit. Stolzy not prioritizing a very low HP, under sub 800 HP, so that would have been just 1 shot onto RedX. But at the end of the day, it looks like SK Gaming are able to claim the fight, stabilize for now.
Holy shit.
And I don't even think an overtime is in the contest, in the conversation here for Purity.
No, Purity are going to give it away, and this is what's scary if you're either team. Because Purity
Look at Rock Monkey's damage.
2 times in a row, Nick, but they're not out of it.
Paul, they are still, all 4 of them, leading the damage charts out, excluding the supports. The front lines and the damage members are leading the charge. Here's the Dragon Punch coming through, looking for Stolzy, and that's the primary matchup that he needs to win. That is his biggest threat, his primary predator gone off the board.
Big elimination there. When we get back into it, I want to see the items, and I'd like you to break it down for us, because we are going to see Purity with a big...
See, you shouldn't have done that, and that sucked.
That was a big misplay there.
That was a big misplay.
Still going the way of Purity. A lot of resiliences. That's going to be big. No more wombo combo. The seismic crash, the void grips, the impale stuns is not going to be a factor for Purity any longer. But Stolzy's gone for Illuminate. He's hunting Rock Monkey.
And it's actually going to be Resilience coming out now for Purity as well. They don't want to deal with the Dread Serpent.
Nice. Stolzy just falls.
Stolzy first. Heat Haze pop now. He's going for Vex. And he knows that the healing is gone, the tanks are gone, and the healing is gone.
There's a Grover still alive to try and salvage this fight. But SK Gaming, they have 1 ultimate to try and stabilize. Dumping in Calamity Blast. Doesn't even take down Rock Monkey. SK Gaming, armed with nothing but a Dread Serpent and a Whirlwind, have a lot of work to do.
That's right. They all get this really thrown off the mount here as 57% come out for Purity now. Bitey trying to rush onto the objective, and Nick, I'm worried about it.
Oh, he turned around! What an idiot!
Was RedX the unseen answer to this Virtus Pro meta? RedX seems to be making a great contest for it. 87% on the point for Purity. They're going to back off and take this fight slow and smart.
That fire spit did not connect on Stolzy.
Oh, he needs to back out.
The back line. Rock Monkey, only 500 health. He'll start to heal up now. RedX just playing this one slow and steady. Purity has 87%, but now it's SK Gaming that have gotten on the point.
There's the time and space coming through. It does connect onto Bitey. He's low HP, but does have his Immortal if he needs it.
Right now it's ultimate Stolzy very
nice.
well. Rock Monkey through the wall there. Takes down one, but it's still SK Gaming. They get 2 kills.
Rock Monkey being so smart. Not a shred of greed in his play right now. Prince Danny takes down a big kill onto Redx as well. Purity have time to give SK a little bit of bit to climb here. 72% in climbing for SK and a stark 90% for Purity.
It's going to be here a salvo. Doesn't connect. Actually, they do all connect, but it doesn't really do too much to Fernando as he was sitting on Gord. That was going to be a dive in here from Inara.
Nice.
It's online. It's coming very shortly. William is going to find one, though.
He's able to get this charge up.
He knows that's gone.
Moment, 98%. The Immortal is expiring. The Fire Spit has landed. The Dragon Punch is charged, but Redx has to get in and touch. He's diving onto the point, and he makes it out.
Rock Monkey gets a double, though. And
Oh,
triple now. Rock Monkey gets 4.
Holy
the quadra.
shit.
Overtime begins to tick
This
out.
guy
It's
is
gonna
a
be for
fucking
Purity.
monster.
Purity is not done just yet. Here it comes right now. Purity is 3-2 in the lead, and they put SK Gaming in check, Nick.
Well, they need to keep their ults. I'm not kidding. They've won every single point.
Story is nearly complete. The clock is ready to
The only one they should be able to get rid of is Redx's.
Final offense against North American 1 seed SK Gaming.
I cannot believe what I'm watching, Nick. 2 minutes remain. The payload already is pushed about 35% of the way. Redx on this Drogos has been a phenomenal player, and also the way he's been playing is great.
He didn't even need the Dragon Punch. Whirlwind forced out early. If
Nice.
Virtus Pro has shown us everything, it's that these ultimate management are going to be key down the stretch. Rubu's already found one. He's looking for a second.
That's right. The Red Turpin does come out, though. Rubu, he might fall here, but no, he gets picked over with safety. Rock Monkey's in the back line. He's going to find the Buck. Buck's going to have to disengage. Recovery back to full health, but Redx, he's weak as well, but this payload is already at 90%.
They're being smart. They're
Holy
getting out of
shit.
combat. They're using all the healing.
Holy shit. Holy shit, he's got his Dragon Punch.
Dragon Punch is ready. Wi-Fi has the reanimate, but there's still a Dragon
Here it
Punch
comes.
ready.
Rock Monkey comes out here. It's Redx.
Oh.
124 remain, and SK Gaming, they need a big defensive hold.
Fighting away. William did go down to the reanimate. 13 streak for Rock Monkey. He has to die, and fast. Respawn proximity is going to bring SK slowly back into this fight, so hope is not lost.
Not yet, no. Redx, he's going to fly around the right-hand side here. Salvo comes out,
Kill him.
completes that Bitey shield. Bitey's very weak. The Fire Spit just hit 3.
Oh, shit.
It comes out again, but Stolzy finds Redx.
Stolzy goes big when he needs to, but Rock Monkey is putting SK on a clock. They are pinned in a corner. The payload inches the Inara wall. It is Wi-Fi holding it on by a thread.
39 seconds remain. Whirlwind comes out as well. Now it's both teams. They're scrambling here. They're scrambling, trying to find any sort of success.
Holy
Right now,
fuck.
SK Gaming, they're the ones that are trying to get it. They get a big defensive hold, but it's a 1-1 trade, Nick.
Can they hang on?
Yeah,
do.
boy.
The Hex of Fire breathing down their neck. Time and space. Purity are going for the...
Yeah! Holy fuck! Holy shit!
They started from the bottom, and now they're
Holy
I can't believe what I'm
fuck!
watching. A Hex of
Holy
Fire left through time
shit!
and space, and the PGS team Purity have eliminated the #1 seed.
Holy
as SK
fuck.
Gaming are headed home.
Holy
Oh, no.
shit, gaming seat.
struck.
Oh my god. He is. Oh, they're pissed.
Silent.
Holy fuck.
What has happened to his squad? Dejected.
Holy, they are
Gaming.
pissed.
Believe this. They've fallen so far, so fast.
Holy
Started from the top.
fuck.
Now we're here. Jesus. Look at these stat lines coming out now as the scores are
Holy
online.
shit.
Oh, man, 7 and 17 for Stolzy.
Rock Monkey, 18 and
7
5.
and
That is a lot of
17
deaths on
for
the side of
Stolzy.
He couldn't find the big kills he needed to, and now the question is posed to the rest of these teams remaining at this land. Is Drogos the unseen and untapped answer to this Virtus Pro meta?
A lot of people thought when the thrust was nerfed by
Holy
that
fuck,
a lot of
frequency.
Drogos go away. We have
Holy
not as much
shit.
before, but I cannot believe people thought Gangstars were the #1 PGS team coming into this one. But
Rex is like, fuck you, I don't care.
The #1 seed and we're going over to the desk to hear what they have to say about it. Wow.
After a 5-game battle, Purity brings it home. What are your general just emotions?
Holy
about this?
shit.
I don't know what to say. I think I need to say something, right? I'm not sure what to say. Purity is looking like they have something to prove, and I really hope that they take that enthusiasm that they showed here against SK
Bro,
throughout the
no.
tournament, because I think they can be a dark horse here.
They look like they could
Had
kill
some clear
somebody.
Analytical points going
Holy
through the games, and then
crap.
with that ending, it just makes all of it rush out of the brain, and in comes this What? We saw it happening through the set, but to see it actually
This is his
close
quad.
out, and Rock Monkey in
Oh my
particular,
god,
Qualifier,
he's a
man, he
freaking
was showing out.
crazy.
Every single time Rock Monkey was comfortable, Purity played completely differently. I guess when they were up against SK and
He's
game
at Star Auto Attack.
it was close, but you could tell it wasn't quite the same. Purity 1, 4, and 5, completely different team coming through, and all of it I feel like is just on the back that he was able to
Damage.
go forward.
Look at their
especially with that
freaking
shot, and then
damage.
the last one get quadra kills, damage all around, and just set it up. I mean, huge numbers from this.
Shaolin ban, what? I agree. I agree. I think they're gonna notice that in their
when he was
next
on it,
game.
that he was happy.
They're gonna see a lot
And
of
not just
Shaolin
him,
bans.
But looking at the charts right there,
If I was gonna go against Period,
Ruby,
I'd be banning
everybody just
Shaolin.
pulling their weight in their
Or
own
be taking
entire
him.
way. So, Cuss, how did all those elements just come
That is the
together to
number
complete
one
the puzzle?
NA team
This
right there.
game right
Just
here,
got beat by
this was
the
not the Rock
not
Monkey
ranked
show.
team at
Didn't
all.
need
They're
that.
not ranked.
Redex
Purity's
came
not
in
ranked.
huge. Rubu came
And just
in
got
huge.
destroyed.
Tooney, absolutely lights out healing. I didn't expect that from him. Honestly, I didn't expect much from Tooney, but he's really showing that he's a world-class player as well.
And I know you're fairly close to a lot of the members of SK Gaming and actually got to chat with them a bit going into just this LAN and throughout this time. How do you think they're feeling about the fact that they came in as #1 seed, got 3-0'd on their first day, and just got defeated here in 5 games?
It has to be difficult for SK. They're a great team. They're a great bunch of guys. I feel like they were a little bit behind in the meta and didn't adjust to this LAN meta very well. They tried to, and you know what? Purity said, we don't care about the LAN meta. We're gonna pick what we want to play.
Yeah.
We're gonna pick what we're good with.
I agree.
And it showed here today.
Do you agree, Gore?
Yeah, there were not many people coming into this were thinking
They had really good
this is gonna
drafts,
be
Hack,
pretty
to be
good.
honest.
I thought close.
It's
I thought
just
max
they-
maybe 3-1 for SK.
They weren't the
coming
better of
in,
the team.
and especially when you're SK, it's not the end of the world for you. You still have the future to look forward to, but knowing you've been stopped from going to HRX, you came in heavily favored. You could see it in the player camps. Like, they are dejected. It hurts. And I said this in cast earlier. When you are the player having to watch another team that you're like, we could have beat them, and you
Yeah.
have to sit in the crowd, it changes your entire perspective.
I don't like seeing sad people. It makes me sad, and just watching their faces go from Bitey was having this great time, adding flags
So if they
throughout
win,
the entire set,
I think
had a little
Envy.
bumper right there
I don't know.
with
I
them,
actually don't know
and
who's on these
just
teams.
that
Envy or
drastic
Nat or
drop all the way
Natus
at the
or
end with their
whoever the
entire
heck they are.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
You can't.
I think they'll win.
It's
I
tough
think
to
they'll
lose
definitely
in
win the
games.
next match.
It really is. And
To be honest, they're #1 in NA. Anybody other than them,
I really think
they
SK
should be
can
able
bounce
to
back,
take
though.
care
They've
of,
got
to be
great
honest.
Personalities. I hope they don't take this one to heart. I really hope that.
I know
they
Hacked.
don't
Hacked.
make
I know the
this mistake.
people. I know
They take
Red
it
X personally.
forward.
He's on the
The
stream all
set
the
did
time.
go the distance. It went all the way to 5 games. SK performed very well, but Purity managed to cleanse it through. So congratulations to them. And to have a few words with them as well, we got Rabies standing on by.
All right, Games,
so
good to see you, bro.
Marcella, take it away.
Welcome
That's where
everyone,
ego
as
gets
I am
you.
standing alongside the winners of that last set, the entire team here of Purity. Congratulations, guys. You had a phenomenal showing against SK. To my left here is Rock Monkey. Rock Monkey, tell me, what were your thoughts going into that final game knowing that you got Shaolin?
I was gonna win.
Well, that's a good one. And as well as that, elaborate a little bit. I knew you thought you were going to win. That's great confidence. At what point in the game were you like, this is a reality? We just beat SK Gaming.
Still isn't.
Crazy as well. All right, well, why don't we have Red X actually switch over here from the far end. I want to talk to Red X for a second. As Red X, you went Drogos there. Some people thought that was on that map in particular not a great pick due to the small size of the rooms and things like that. What was the thought process, and were you hovering over any other champions going into that one?
My team wanted to go Grok there, but I saw no hit scan. No hit scan. You go Drogos, you win game. That's how you think about it, in my opinion. You need hit scan for the Drogos.
Was it also a comfort pick for you guys?
For me, definitely. For me. I love blasters. BK Drogos is my bread and butter.
Well, you guys really held it down. Let's have Rubu as well now. Sorry, guys. We're going to have some keep rotating over.
Consoles are going to be
Rubu,
insane.
You were playing the Ruckus, another character that you have and throughout the PGS have always been able to get your hands on. There was one time there in Split Zone Quarry when you flanked around the bottom, over the top there on the left-hand side, you came down behind the entire enemy team. It secured yourself the 3rd round. What was the thought process on that, and how were you able to achieve success for your team?
I know my boy
Navi has
William
some-
makes so much space for all of our DPS and even myself on Ruckus. You need Ruckus space. you need space with Ruckus. So I know that they were busy distracting the SK boys, so I had enough time to wrap around fire and get behind them and deal with the Grover. That was my main goal that game, was to make sure that that Prince Danny didn't do too much on that Grover, because we know that Grover's pretty strong against the Shaolin. Right. So if I shut him down, I let Rock do whatever he wants, and that's pretty much all we want.
Yeah.
That's an interesting take on things. William, why don't you come on down now, as I want to hit everybody here. You have been known throughout the PGS, tons of Makoa play, really the front line here, the big standard front line for Purity. What were just your overall thought process on the entire game, and who's the comm leader here from the team? Everyone?
Everyone gives in their own input, but the big ones are me, Rubu, and Toonie. We're the big 3 shot callers, and it's just like we take turns. We know when someone's going in making space, they need to focus, so one takes over. And going into the game, like, we all trusted each other. We all did our own roles. We did our jobs. Rubu shut down the Grover. I made space. Drogos and Shaolin, Rock Monkey, and Redix just fragged out with all the space they had. And Toonie just healed us. Help! Need healing!
VHS, need healing. And
what's up, Joker?
Just real quick, Toonie, come down here for 1 second. And just Toonie.
I want to see him go against Fnatic.
Here, but I don't
Hacked.
you on the initial roster.
I think they can take out. I'm rooting for these guys, Hacked, if you haven't noticed. I know Redix, so.
So I had to come in last minute as their sub/coach, and it turned out that I still got it, basically.
Well, you just heard it now from Purity. What an amazing set. They're going to advance over SK Gaming. We're going to go to a quick break and be back with the next set. Wow, what a set.
That was crazy. That was crazy. They didn't really reveal anything that they didn't already know. They already know Redix only plays BK, Grok, and Drogos. Basically, they just said that we love our Shaolin. Basically, if I get a Shaolin, I'm gonna win. Other than that, like, they already know that. Like, we're just Rock Monkey guys, insane on this Shaolin. And it's true. If they have the comfort pits, they will win. And I think they could. I think they're going HRX, to be honest. If they just took out the #1 team in NA. So the next team up is Navi. And they're not the #1 team in EU. I think they're EU, are they not? But anyways, I don't know. I think they'll beat them. So I think it'll be easy. I think they should beat them pretty easy. I wouldn't say easy, but I don't think it'll be as clutch of a match as this was. Let me see if I can message Redix here. If you
have the pressure.
Holy shit! That was good.
You're having like a mini fucking heart attack the whole time.
No, he looked way better in that match than he did the first round. Redix did. So.
Okay.
Now we gotta wait another frickin' 2 hours for the next match.
Are they playing again today? I thought it was tomorrow.
Are they tomorrow? Oh.
I don't know.
Maybe. I have no idea. I thought they did the whole thing today.
I thought they were playing again tomorrow, but I may be wrong. Because they don't come back until Monday.
Oh, maybe. Probably. Navi and Fnatic were really good in the PPLs. I don't know. I think I think Navi will end up winning this next match, but they won't beat. I don't think they'll beat Purity. Who's next? I don't know who this is.
I want to see them play Fnatic.
I do too. They've beat Fnatic before in scrims.
That's why.
I know. I just want, like when they were saying, like, they're such the underdog, I was like, seriously? Like, I know, like, they're they're the #1 team in NA and everything, but they had like, oh no, they have no hope. They're gonna get destroyed. I'm like, I don't think so, man. Like, how? I don't know.
I think it's just because they're unranked.
Right. I think that's exactly why. And I don't know why didn't they go into PPLs? Like, why didn't... I don't understand why they did the global series route. Well, I don't know if it was just like a last-minute thing and they didn't miss the PPLs or what, but...
Purity's still kind of a new team.
I know. So,
I mean, maybe that.
Like, even what Toonie was saying, he's like, yeah, I'm just kind of their fill-in healer, because, like, I'm not the original healer.
Because Zane got banned.
What's that?
Funny.
He got banned? Oh, really?
Yeah. You missed that?
I totally missed that. I didn't know.
There's like this whole quote-unquote drama alert thing from I don't remember.
Oh my balls.
Yeah.
Oh, that twat muffin.
Stop resisting. There's nothing like this.
That's funny. Actually, I didn't know that.
Stand behind.
Pretty intense.
Run never change. Assume the position.
Ah.
Guess playing Paladins?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to play.
I have a lot of like adrenaline now from watching that, so I need to get it out because I have to work tonight.
You already worked?
No, I had to work tonight.
Oh, that sucks.
Third shift, fun time.
Ooh, that really sucks.
Welcome back, everybody. We had an exhilarating set before, and I'm sure we got another one ahead. But a little switch up over here. My name is Latigris, joined once again by Simsaloo, and then Mr. Elvin Path himself. Starting off with Elvin, how you doing?
Great.
Yeah, you're great. What about you, Sim?
He doesn't talk a lot. It's funny.
After that set, I'm very excited to play again. That was super hyped.
So hype, right? And kind of reflecting just on the last that we saw, I know that both of you got to chat a little bit with the teams going into it. So what were some of the advice moments that you were giving Elvin to the teams before that match?
You're quiet.
Literally, like,
well, the rule
screaming
number
into
one
my
is
mic right now.
the number one thing I said. Guys, don't try anything recreational. Forget about Tyra. Forget about streaks. It's not gonna work against
You're
European
better now.
teams. I mean, I was assuming they were gonna play Navi, and they kind of didn't get to play Navi. So I don't know. It's just that I told them no recreational picks. Maybe they needed them there to beat Purity. I don't know. But we just kind of they saw us play with the Buck. They saw us play with the Grover, and they knew those heroes were strong, and they wanted to try playing it. But from my understanding, they didn't really have much experience on
Splice could eliminate Purity. They win against Palpatine 3-0. Palpatine was an unranked team like Purity was though. And I don't think Palpatine just wasn't. They're just not there like Purity is. So I don't think Splice. I mean Splice could, but I don't think they will.
Ampa was like super scattered the whole time.
Yeah, they were actually pretty bad.
So Sim, do you agree that it was a familiarity with the champions type issue?
Yeah.
Moonchopper is insane though. I will give him that. Moonchopper is like crazy.
Like the most important thing to always focus on is to have the champions you're really good at, really confident with. Always make sure you play your hearts out. As soon as you pick something that you're not comfortable with or not used to, then you just kind of fall off. You don't play it perfectly well as you would do with something like Controversy, like Prince
Dexter, you gonna play or not?
Yeah, I'll sign on.
Once again, SK, they won't be making it through, but congratulations to Purity for doing just that. Next up, we do have Navi versus Team Envy. Taking a look first at Navi. Been a little bit since we got to do so, since they played on the first day. Didn't really fare how they wanted it to either. But Elvin Path,
Kanye West, Gold Digger, what?
Spunk looks angry. Don't worry about it. That's straight up angry. I don't know. They are all decent players. They're a fairly new team. Well, not fairly new team. They only had one addition, which was Phoenix, but I think he blended in quite well. And like to be super honest, I mean they're all super flexible. In the end of the day, Navi is a team that can play most of the team comps.
I'll come back to this in a minute, guys. Music bot. Wait, is Purity through? Purity is not through to HRX yet. They need to beat whoever wins this matchup next. Which I'm not really that interested in, so I'm gonna be playing Paladins right now. But yeah, they need to beat whoever's next, which to be honest, I think they can. And then if they beat them, they don't even need to beat the finals. If they just win this next match, they'll go to HRX. Okay.
Where is my music bot?
I don't know what that's mean.
Kid dog.
I'm gonna turn on my own music because you're gonna get me a copyright strike.
Probably.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh shit, that is loud.
Just play it through my
Makes me feel good when Red X actually calls me a good player now.
I'm still gonna call Red X shit.
Oh, I will too. I still will too. Rock Monkey Shaolin or Moon Chopper Shaolin? Rock Monkey Shaolin, man. He's way better.
Rock Monkey's insane.
They need to win one more game. If they win the next game, then they'll be in HRX. They'll be qualified for that. And then finals are in 2 though. So if they win this, then they'll go to finals, and then that's between them and Fnatic, or did the winners of the finals go against Fnatic? I don't see a Fnatic on the board. Or am I just blind and... I'm gonna have to message freaking Wi-Fi too. He's pretty pissed. To survive.
It's where an ego gets you.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's like a perfect example.
They were good though. They are really good.
I don't care. They shouldn't have walked in thinking that they were just gonna.
I agree.
Right away.
I agree that too.
Shaolin.
Fnatic is through, so they don't play at all anymore, or what? Without you by my side, I can't survive.
Baby, looking strong.
Vivian's pissing me off lately. I agree, she needs a nerf. Let's just go game capture properties, Paladins. You're gonna be seeing a lot more Shaolins lately.
My journey leads me to battle. So be it.
I need to grab his loadout too. I see the new map when they announced. Yes, I did see the new map. Actually looks really good. It's kind of tight quarters though. It's kind of like it looks similar to like Stonekeep kind of, but with a bit more inside features, you know.
Make your final preps. It's about to be that time.
Where's K-Dog?
Quiet.
I don't know.
What?
Oh, there you go. Why aren't you in voice chat?
I am.
Discord.
My game's bugged.
K-Dog.
It's fixed.
I totally just fucked
How
that
did
guy.
that not hook him?
You hooked, and as you hooked, I stunned him into the wall.
Dexter.
I know, I totally fucked
No,
that
I
up.
didn't hook him. I'm wondering. I saw McCullough's hook and I didn't see it go through. But I saw him.
Can I get a heal,
2
please?
seconds on heal. 2 seconds. Oh, just kidding. Got you. Should.
Thanks.
Oh, I killed myself. Shit. How bad did Purity fuck up SK? It was close actually. It's really close. It was 2-3, and they won. And they won in the 5th match. Purity did.
Hey, K-Dog, right side, right side.
Too slow. Flash that payload's tires.
Okay.
I don't know where you thought you were gonna win. Ah, good.
That was close. But you gotta look at the other #1 team in NA. You wish you?
Got Zen on me in middle.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Probably kill me. Thank you.
Thank you, friend.
Got a Gorda right behind you.
Yeah, I'm here. Oh, you're gonna ult on me, you little piece of shit. Thanks for the healing. I can't kill this frickin' Zen. I can't kill the Xana, for fuck's sakes! I just can't do it. Nimble, maybe?
Ultimate is ready.
Bringing out the big guns. Your sight failed you. Your sight failed you. That was just what I needed. Alright, they get hot, Okay, real talk, I'm gonna stop that guy.
Ah, you suck.
Thanks.
3 or 4 loss. They 4-0'd them twice. No issue.
Someone needs to kill this Ruckus. Or the Shaman.
I'm just dying.
I'm on it.
Capture point spawns in 15 seconds.
Oh, you're getting morale 3. Why you get morale 3 though? You have your ult for so long.
That's too bad.
K-Dog, make up your mind which way you're going.
Flank left.
Thermaltake. Enemies behind us. Attackers on my trail. You have done me a great service.
Zen's on point.
A dub, dude. Escort our fair lady whilst I frag. Your sight fails you.
Just get Haven, whatever.
Enemies behind us. Enemies on the right flank.
Have you met my friends?
Come closer and say that to my face.
Right behind you, K-Dog.
Your sight fails you.
Is ready.
How, what? Do you have Illuminate?
Fucking Shalin's on left side behind.
Soon. Back to the fight.
Nope, it's in the dark room now.
Yeah.
Too slow. Think
get it, you get it.
I just wanted to get out of there so long. I was like, oh my god. Just knew you were streaming on Twitch, and am I the only one who's watching this right now? There's a whole bunch of people on YouTube. Savage.
Let's fly. They are behind us. Alright, they're getting hot. They're getting hot. Seconds left. Your sight fails you. They're behind us. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you for your aid. Need healing. Okay, now you're rolling. I won't curse you today.
Step into the light and perish. Death is a transitory state. One
Thanks, Ult.
Thank you, friend. I can't.
Ready? Have you met my friends?
Your sight fails. That's 5 in a row. Okay, real talk. Time to stop that guy.
Can you heal, please? Oh, I could have killed them all too.
Kind of ran away right as I hit you with the snake. Sorry.
Oh, did you? Let's go caught. More caught. Wrecker for Mocha. Or Ruckus? Sure, go for it. Okay.
Capture point spawns in 15 seconds. Stay in there.
Playing Shaolin? Of course I'm playing Shaolin.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thanks.
Too slow.
Trying to aim at a person's feet is irritatingly stupid.
Enough, dude. Behind us. Excellent. We are not to be trifled with.
You idiots.
Fly on divine wind. That was just what I needed. Kill me off.
Thank you.
Need healing.
Rampage. 5 in a row. Proud of you. Your sight fails you. Group up. Glory has found me. Attackers on my trail. Enemies up.
Oh, he saw me.
Have you met my friends?
Let's go Nimble.
Be careful.
Cards are ready. Group up. You have done me a great service. Your sight fails you.
You can take out the Genos. You're bad.
30 seconds left.
Good stun. I can't understand why you.
Capture point spawns in 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That was a pretty hit rockets. Shit, I know.
Too slow. Zen's behind.
Your sight failed you.
It's on my side.
I just want to get the fuck out of here! Shit! I don't know how I lived through that, but I did. That was a good double. Good job, that's win.
Oh, Zen's dark room.
Whatever, doesn't matter. He's not gonna touch point. That's gonna come back. Ah, get out of here, K-Dog. Oh, look, that's my play.
30 seconds left.
You did nothing. Get out of here. That wasn't even a true double. Shameless plug. I got my Canasta level 21. Still no effing title.
You need to like write high res.
I messaged high-res Juju. He said if you have any support issues, message me about it. So I messaged him on Twitter. Alyssa said she was gonna do it for me, and then they freaking banned her from talking to me. I was like, wow, you piece of shit.
Why?
They didn't want her talking to people, I guess. Cause she actually used to come in my stream and everything, like hang out and stuff. I was like, you should like join my Discord and everything. It'd be awesome to have you in Discord. And she's like, oh no, I definitely couldn't do that because they would get mad at me for it because I'm supposed to keep like people I like enjoy watching kind of as a side thing. I need to kind of focus on work. I was like, okay, that's fine. But I was talking to her, just like DMing her about like stuff like that, and I guess they found out and didn't like it, and they made her stop talking to me. And she messaged me on Twitter. She was like, yeah, I didn't mean to block you on Discord and everything, but freaking my manager made me like delete like a whole bunch of people off my Discord, and I could barely even use it now. I was like, wow, that's like retarded.
It's a bunch of BS.
Yeah, and that's like around the week when they released a big article. That's right run after when Drybear left as head director or whatever, and there was a big thing released saying like how Hi-Res treats their employees like shit and all this stuff. And I was like, well, yeah, I kind of believe that.
Must treat their game just like their employees.
Right? Double flank. Kick him in the B-U-T-T. Are you ready for a fight? We're actually just gonna go normal 9 lives.
Cancel that. No, wait. That'll teach you.
Make your final preparations. It's almost time.
What time do you have to work?
I have to be there by 8. Work 8 to 5:30.
8 to 5:30? In the morning? Holy shit.
Yep, that's how I feel.
That's
I hate it.
They got the first frag.
This Drogos is bad. He just jumped off the edge. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Thank you. Can we like stand on point, please? Too far. Too far. Oh shit. Oh, the frag killed me. Frag.
Let's make this interesting.
Have you met my friends?
Bye bye, Ruckus. Oh, he got out of it. He's gonna die anyways. That fucking damage, holy shit.
Nice triple there. Oh yeah.
That's what you just got, nice. Kill his Vivian then.
What?
Kill the Vivian.
What up, scrub?
You the scrub.
Who's that?
I know scrub, you scrub.
You scrub.
Why scrub the scrub
You
the
the scrub. So why am I being pinged on? Am I supposed to have scrims right now?
On you?
Ah, frick.
Tell him no. Tell him no. Just say don't reply.
after this match.
Oh, you're bad.
Well.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, overtime. Now or never, boys.
You ran into a poppy bump. Rip. Ash. Ah, god damn it. I tried.
Did you try?
I tried.
I don't believe you tried hard enough.
Nah. I tried.
So, quick question. What exactly is this channel?
Don't ask me, it's not mine. Oh, she's gone. Rip.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought she was here.
I thought she was here too.
Capture point spawns in 15 seconds.
Jason plays, what's up, dude? I'm gonna go right side.
Have you met my friend?
Can you heal, please? Frequency, heal.
Did you get that she's not in here?
Yeah, I know, she's in my game though. That's why I... Oh, she is not a bot. Huh.
Also, do you have any idea how to fix my internet problem?
What's wrong with it? Hey? What's wrong with it? How's my headset floating? It's magic.
Alright, they're getting hot, they're getting hot.
Be careful.
Always happy to collaborate. Let's make this interesting. Enemies behind us.
Have you met my friend?
30 seconds left.
I'll handle this. Okay.
Nice ult, Ash. Nice ult, K-Dog. What you doing? Listen. You thought it was every 3. Oh, okay. I don't really care. Let's go kill the hill.
Capture point spawns in 15 seconds.
Oops.
Hello, are you lost?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. 1. What ounce spec are you using? I'm using Prehears.
Wait, are you streaming right now?
Yeah.
Oh, kind of want to get in on this.
What's that?
No, I'm talking about like, you guys playing together and streaming.
I was playing with Frequency. I only jumped on to play French Frequency because I was streaming the LAN or whatever. Oh, hard carry. GG. Do I have the blood me guys yet or what? No, still not. Rip. Okay, we're gonna pop this back up.
Damage in the world right now, but I don't think it can stop Natus Vincia. The front lines have fallen. Overtime is ticking. This is getting so close to capture, and it's got to be the retreat.
Right back.
Yeah, you know, once again, I just want to say it one last time. I think Androxus was the better pick there over, at least for Invocal, especially with the way we saw him playing his fluidity coming in from set 1. Now he's going back over the Strix. You have to find a new comfort zone. And in addition to that, you lose point presence, and you take away healing from Aldaba to sit on the point. This is going to be a rough one as Navi, take the very first point convincingly.
And look at this, Navi are doing it again. The dredge anchor comes through, the capitalization, the follow-up as well.
Navi is creatives.
Right now. They have the crippling throw
yeah.
from Grover as well.
Red
so
team.
It doesn't matter if you have a movement ability or not, you're just not getting out of there. Well, when to start things off, Payload pushing forwards.
156 remain now as that Payload stuck around 50%. So much CC coming out as a Team Envy gets 2 big kills now. Void Grip, Waters Field here. You have the Dredge Anchor pull. You have the slow there coming out from Grover as well. Team Envy has so much to deal with.
They do, and now they're looking to at least make space. They have made it successful.
You can't get up there, Strix. Oh, you can.
Vocal's getting up into the sniper nest here to try and poke out Grover. Great positioning, good angle for headshots with a bit of elevation as well. They've got to be very cautious about not being poked out by Grover though, and also not staying still for long enough for McCullough to land an easy dredge anchor.
You're right, but this is actually a great spot for Invocal if he does have one. However, with the Payload being pushed around right where he wants to camp, Mutu gonna find an easy one. What was it again? Dredge Anchor into a shotgun blast from Mutu. That's been the classic story so far. Dredge, it's gonna be another one. The Serpent comes out and Mutu is just finding everyone buck wild initiated.
And here we go, the gas pedal has been hit as Mutu just fires shot after shot into the back line. 2 down for Buck, and then pushes into the opponent's base. Team Envy can't even get out of there. It's only Invocal. And what is an Owl gonna do against a shotgun here with Birdshot at the ready? About to convert, Natus Vincia pushed successfully. Yeah. I'm getting deja vu because it's 2-0 all over again.
Navi has not had any trouble just yet converting. Nothing. It's been now 6 points they've captured to 1 point for Team Envy as we see Mutu right now running that bulk up buff.
Envy has already won one.
We saw this 4 or 5 times there.
Wow.
Coming out. Dredge Anchor and Mutu, due to communication, is always right there.
They have the Torvald Buck?
To kill the target.
And that's it. You set him up.
No, they don't even have the Torvald.
Natus Vincia playing like a well-oiled machine here. Even though the damage charts are being led by Team Envy, it's a lot of poke that's being healed up by Spunky, then healed up by Kratos with the spot healing thanks to Blossom as well from Grover, which you really can't forget about in crucial engagements. And nobody from Team Envy really has that same kind of combo potential unless maybe Random Nuke can get a detonate, which is comboed with Field Study from Torvald, a couple of sticks,
Purity one.
Reaction damage. Team Envy's win condition is
SK is out now.
To say the least.
And the other problem is that I think the Androxus as well as Drogos would really be better here on this situation. Buck will have a hard time dealing with you. And it's going to be a Hyper Beam that comes out finally from Badman now. Won't find anyone as the shell spin is able to get Makoa there back online. Creative though, he's looking to take out Ruckus, and wow, Mutu takes out another. Whirlwind comes through, and it is all Navi once again.
This is just, again, Team Envy trying to go for the defensive plays, but they don't find what they need to. And that Hyper Beam that threw into the backline straight away the Makoa. That's where Makoa wants to be. Makoa wants to be flanking the Strix right now. And Mutu heals through all that incoming sniper damage. Navi get the capture for free. Team Envy are looking so different to yesterday. They haven't got any legs left to stand on here.
And no one's calling out Mutu. He's just been sitting on this ledge consistently. 2:19 remain. Navi walk away with a 3rd final point now. And this is what we talked about. Invocal sniping Mutu, it's not mattering. Back up to 2,600 health. He's unfazed. 210 remain as this payload leaves the station.
It's such a substantial heal. 1,600 health. Cauterized application only lasts for a second. second and a half. And Invocal also on Strix doesn't have it, so even if Voodoo gets tagged by somebody else, they step round the wall, step round the ledge, and they're back to full health so quickly to consistently keep on chunking out damage. Sure, it's only 300 or 400 from the middle distance, but looking to engage now. Mutu can find a big kill onto Random Noob, and Creatives is going ham.
That's right, Creative dive in the back line. It's gonna be a Dread Serpent that comes out.
Oh, that's Random Noob TV. He's a pretty good streamer. I'm pretty sure he streams, yeah. Just saw us. Thanks for the follow, dude.
Mutu's barely taking damage. He's still on a 16 kill streak, and he's got to find him and lock him up.
Nobody's looking at them though. They're completely being ignored.
He's gonna go buck wild. He's gonna ult. I would ult if I was him.
Talkie has some ability to escape for the time being, but it's a 16 streak for Buck, the highest in the game right now. Beautiful through time and space for Spunky, and Team Envy are looking down the barrel of a loaded gun.
Yeah, that they are, and it's about to fire off right in their face. As basically Creative here, he just backs away from the Grumpy Bomb. Phoenix takes down Random Noob once again. 105 remain. Mutu finds Invocal. Whirlwind for the 4th or 5th time. Buck wild now on Phoenix. Toki, excuse me. 3 down, as it looks like Navi is going to push this one in, and they will. It's a 4-0. Navi have just 2-0'd on the map. Envy, and Envy look stuck.
Goodness me, a 4-1 on Bright Mush, a 4-0 now on Frog Isle. Don't know because it was a coin flip, I think, who had the first map pick here, but it just doesn't matter because Navi are home and comfortable everywhere. And look at the scoreboard here. Mutu didn't die a single time. And looking at the draft that came out from Team Envy, I'm wondering what was going on behind the scenes. The fact is that there was really no way, no kill potential coming through from Invocal that game. They picked up 5 eliminations total, a lot of damage, but the burst wasn't followed up on.
Yeah, look at Ronald's too. Like,
play that we saw from Dreadjank at a Void Grip.
Bomb King only got 7.
Out of Navi, and without that kind of cohesion, they just fell like dominoes.
Let me tell you a scary stat line here, Vox. The entire team of Envy did not get more kills than Mutu alone, and that is a problem. Because without getting kills, in the end of the day, this is an FPS. Objectives or not, if the kills don't come through, you can't take advantage as we take a look at the damage charts overall on the map.
So 72,000 for Invocal, that's a lot. The problem is it's all healed up because they're not getting the kills. You've got to finish the fight. Otherwise, the enemy is going to come back stronger. They are just...
How come Oh, that's the Grover. I was like, how come Kratos got more friggin' damage than Motu?
We've seen emerge from Virtus Pro specifically, really in hand. They're looking.
Everyone's talking about Virtus Pro lately, man.
Running it, it's definitely started to pick up for them. Now they're playing this into Team Envy, who are obviously a little bit unfamiliar at doing so. But Envy have also had the chance to review all of these games. They're even midway, or at least later through today's games as well. So they've had the chance to review other sets, and they're still falling for the same tricks.
The funny thing about this whole Buck thing is that Evan has been preaching that Buck other legendaries have been viable for a long time, and that Bounce House was not the best one despite the DPS numbers being in his favor. And look what we see here. A setup that really no one expected whatsoever. It's a bulk up Buck, and the heal from that is ridiculous on recovery, and this is exactly what Evan was talking about, and it was dead on true.
Oh yeah, Evan, the Masters caster right now within.
We're just one against G2, that's why. I know they won.
Invokal's trying to land the shots. He's able to get a couple of headshots.
But I mean, like,
Invokal's 3 kills
I don't know.
right there for the entire duration of the game. Does make a lot of plays. Has brilliant accuracy throughout the duration of the game as well. But just
you gotta look at like Purity just won against freaking.
Yeah, and Invocal, nice shots there. He's always
whatchamacallit there.
And he's amazing with the character. And he went 3-3, which is a 1.0 KD. Most damage in the game. The only problem is that there's no presence there. There's no presence from Envy. It doesn't matter what kills he gets. Like you said, they were all healing mitigated. And so far, I mean, Navi have just been in total control over Envy, and they're going to be scrambling now as they need a reverse sweep to take it on back to win.
You know, it's quite funny. This is one of the few times in this land that we've actually seen Bomb King beaten. Now, this isn't anywhere near as egregious as it was in the Masters land. Bomb King has had a 100% pick ban rate through the entire duration of this tournament, but they've also had a very elevated, I think it was 68% or so coming out of the full finals win rate. So now finding solutions around the Bomb King, finding ways to pressure them out. Some of that comes down to how Navi are playing. The Bucks certainly coming into play, but it's still also...
I think so.
Envy didn't play.
I think they're going to beat these guys. I think Purity has a chance to beat this guy.
One last chance to make the difference. This is possibly a Strix map again, but I'm not so sure it would actually come out, given the confidence which Navi really dismantled it.
I think Phoenix has just moved every physical piece of his face in that close-up there. As all smiles coming out now from Navi as they are just totally in control. I mean, really here, now they have room to flex pick. They can do uncomfortable picks. They're up 2 games, and they don't have to really worry about it.
Navi have 3 more choices. They have 3 more chances. They can make as many mistakes as they want within the next couple of games, and all they have to do is pull out 1 more victory. And as we get ready for the draft of the map number 3 coming up, this was, of course, after seeing the 4-1 taken on Brightmarsh for Navi, the 4-0 taken on Frog Isle. Now through the Fish Market, Navi actually had the first pick. So Envy losing the previous game, go for Fish Market. They go for the counterplay. They go for the last pick here, so they may be looking for the Strix or another similar pick. Navi start out by banning Makoa here.
We're over onto Stone Keep. Oh, excuse me, what are we looking at? Fish Market. That's right. There's Tolki, the young man in the shot here. They're trying to Makoa. Envy ban out now. Navi gonna go with the Makoa. That's been an EU standard for quite some time.
I'm wondering if at this point it's got to be the Bomb King, right? Because Navi, Mutu runs that so fantastically, and we saw him play that a lot throughout the PPL online play. He could have gone for the Charlotte.
Getting an ego.
Buck as well. That leaves
They're
so
good.
Open.
I'll admit they're good.
To begin with, Envy unsurprisingly do respond with Inara, but they're sticking with the Rockets, which I do respect here as well.
Yeah, you got to get it out of Phoenix hands, and picks are just as good as bans here in the draft process. However, they do let Terminus slide through, which has been the #1 tank on the day. I mean, he's just in a power play, but they give up the Buck and the Grover, and that has been the Navi EU standard throughout the entire duration of the tournament. VP has turned the realm on its head.
They really have as well. And Grover seems a bit like the European Shaolin right now. That's what it really comes down to. They could go, okay, we can go for Shaolin, we can play aggressively, we've got this kill potential from Impaler Arrant implanted, but we could also have the same amount of damage and a second heal as well, and that really can matter. The utilization of Whirlwind at certain points of Navi's play has been excellent as well, because all it takes is a second without Cauterize for that big ultimate to burst everybody back up to full, and you effectively give your team 2 life bars on a team that already has a champion with 2 life bars in Terminus.
Exactly, and literally, Grover has always been one of my favorite picks. It's 3 forms of healing. If you're close to somebody, you get passive healing. If your Blossom comes out, you get a short burst, and then when Whirlwind comes out, you get a massive burst. In addition to that, engage with the Vine. And in addition to that, you have a Sniper primary that doesn't need to be reloaded. With Ferocity, has almost 1,000 hit potential. I mean, Grover's an amazing pick.
They certainly are. Now, Navi are looking to finish off their draft after Envy picked up Genos and Shaolin here. And they're looking for probably another frontliner here. A primary healer as well in terms of Maldamba. Torvald as well on Fish Market. Now, we looked at this being a dangerous pick.
Interesting.
Fish Market also has plenty of environmental hazards here, and Buck Torvald is a combination which has a legendary reputation, even without the bonus damage from Bounce House.
Yeah. Shaolin getting bounced out by Envy, and now it's going to be Random Noob's pick as he's the last one alive. He could go to Shaolin, but he's known for those blasters. It will be Drogos if it does come out. He does also have an Eevee, and that'll be the case here.
Now, it feels like the Eevee is potentially more safe than Drogos on this specific map. You've got a lot of open area where
That's
Drogos
true. Grover could.
Grover
could
maybe the
destroy him.
boardwalk, the ocean side or the pond side of this Fish Market map, or towards the back end where you're very closed in, and then Buck is really going to rule the roost. So sticking with the Eevee, she's a more nimble blaster, but I'm concerned about the low health pool. Again, on the desk, MetaPush themselves are saying that Eevee has a very difficult time in pressuring out a recovery and bulk up Buck. So I'm looking towards the Eevee to try and lock down maybe Maldamba here, maybe Grover, stop the Grover from free firing as much, and then Shaolin for Envy can do their work.
The problem is that Eevee's not going to have any easy targets. Maybe Maldamba force out a Gord on himself to really abuse that, but then Grover's there to back things up. You can't go after the Buck because he just recover mitigates all the damage, and the problem is that once Eevee ice blocks, which is really just one shot from a Buck, forces out an ice block, he can just heroic leap on top of her, make a call out to a team, and she gets blown out with the anticipation of ice block ending.
When she comes out of ice block, and if Torvald hits her with another fire, she's going nowhere, and that's a very dead wind to Witch very quickly. So the execution threshold for Envy to perform well here once again is very high. In turn, again, I'm looking for specifically the Eevee in this matchup to actually play a little bit differently. They've got a lot of good potential here coming through from Ice Storm setup. They can lock down Buck, they can lock down Shaolin here, or excuse me, they can lock down Spunky's Maldamba. So if they can land that cripple, then that's going to be the make or break, I think.
Spunky too. Spunky's really good healer.
Situation.
How come where's Powtag? Is he not playing or what?
Really has to wait for the ultimate to charge, and as a result, whilst they're going for Cauterize earlier, I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe a morale boost come out midway through the round.
Well, it would be interesting, and Vocal's going to be on a shot.
I thought Powtag was
over now to the Terminus.
Was in.
As Navi's gonna head out. We're watching Team Envy's Invocal head on into the objective. It's 0-0, Team Envy, their last chance against Navi.
Now look at the positioning coming out from Invocal here. Takes towards the safer side. Gets locked off a little bit by Grover, but a big engage. Actually, Phoenix goes straight to the backline here, trying to find Invocal's for the damage pick.
And Mutu, he's all over Invocal. In fact, look at that jump there. Creative gonna find Invocal there on the Grover easily. There's no healing coming out. I'm surprised that Team Envy hasn't felt the need to grab Buck.
It was a beautiful pincer coming through though from Navi. They send the Buck around the back to pressure out Invocal. Gets hit the 800, withdraws straight into Grover. Mutu
Yeah,
picks
they're
up a
just
double
gonna
kill
destroy
and
him.
close that out, and again Navi are in full control.
They're just gonna destroy him.
As 50% come out here for Navi, and this is where Grover is super serious of a problem. Here comes the Ferocity Axes, 1,000 damage if any one of these connect from here to the tree, or darn close, 919. So as we're seeing there, 85% Navi, Team Envy, they have no way in. Random Noob can't dive because he'll get blown up.
A beautiful crippling throw from Natus Vincia. Random Noob was trying to make their way to the objective with saw them, but just couldn't because of the
They're destroyed.
CC from Grover. Creatives helps their team capture. Natus Vincia now engage with Whirlwind as well.
And that's it. They're all going to group around Creative as he's taking a lot of damage. Finds himself the safety, but there's the second hero coming out now, and he's back right back up. Mutu, he's going to find Invocal again. Unbelievable Mutu. He's going to get a double kill, and Navi, they're swarming Team Envy.
Looking for the triple, trying to find Random Noob in the backline. Bypass
Nice.
Nara because they know that it's an excellent target prioritization from it from the rest of Natus.
Let's stagger him.
They know that
Stagger him.
Nara 1v5, then simply not a threat. And as a result, Mutu can chase down the Eevee, leave the Inara alive, and just stagger the respawns even more. Natus Vincia are playing Team Envy like a piano here.
Yeah, they're playing lights out, and I'm loving what I'm seeing from Paladins Esports here in the realm. This new trickle kill process is being executed perfectly to Navi. They're literally waiting 10-20 seconds before adding another kill. Mutu gonna dive the back line. Heat Haze comes out, and that might take down Mutu. He will fall finally, and Invocal gets a kill.
And that really blood and Invocal hitting the Pale Arrow, which they're able to do off of cooldown again, trying to find the damage towards the rest of the, maybe the Terminus, maybe the Torvald here. Random Noob finds two. Random Noob actually gets 3 in a row, I think, there as well to finish off Phoenix. And the ult economy is saved by Natus Vincia as they look to maybe re-engage here as Team Envy are trying to hold a forward defense.
Navi, Sor came out here from Team Envy. Random Noob, he's trying to dismount the mounts here, or dismantle the mounts, as really here comes another direct shot. But this damage that's coming out, Eevee's more of that. She's really part of the low tier of the flank category here, and then even lower in the blast category. As 50 seconds remain, Navi, they're going to come in for one more push. Let's see what plays out as Terminus engages on the left-hand side.
Shatterfall comes down. The movement has been stripped. Trying to engage now are 4 members of Natus Vincia grouping up around the Blossom, regaining their health
You
here.
better leave.
And Phoenix just keeps pushing forwards.
Yeah, Unforgiven is the ultimate there. It's a Whirlwind once again for the second time. Now Tolkien, he'll get taken down by Unbelievable.
I think they might save it.
It's all Navi as they are pushing. Ice Storm comes out as well.
Oh my goodness, and Tolkien as well got shut down mid-Hexified due to the fact they had to cancel it because Kratos was healing up all their damage. Natus Vincia are playing this so well. This is so close to conversion. This could be 2-0 already, and Creatives lands the double kill.
2-0.
Natus Vincia are up 2-0 for the 3rd time in this set.
Virtus Pro, Elven Path could not have been more correct as what his call out was. I thought it was a little bit of a cocky idea to say what he said. But you know what? If it's totally correct, then I don't have a problem with it. Because right now it is all Navi. They are destroying Team Envy. This was a great play. Random Noob, I thought the defense was going to come out here for Envy, but it did not there as a late round creative double kill off the
damage dealt 40,000. He's double. Almost doubled the shot lane.
Dictated the draft process, in my opinion, every single round.
It's the draft, and again, I'm going to say it for the 3rd time in a row. Natus Vincia have an easy execution threshold for their team comp to work. Team Envy have to do everything right, and they have no room for error in their draft, in their execution, and it's just not coming through because Natus Vincia can bend and not break, and Team Envy shatter like glass.
And this is something I always say, Vox. If your team is winning and you're still sitting on ultimates heading into the next round, that means your resource management on just raw kills is perfect. Look at Envy. They don't have any ultimates, and they lost the round. That's a problem.
They're trying to engage now, trying to go big around the backline of this fight. Mutu does get taken down. That is huge. Team Envy now have the opportunity to capitalize, but they'd already lost Random Noob. Trying to stay alive in the objective. Dread Serpent for Natus Vincia is here, and it could be used to counter-engage.
Dread Serpent is able online.
Oh,
however, it's going to be a calamity once again as we're seeing the reanimate come out from Terminus.
Nice hat I got there, thanks, dude.
We'll find one, though, however. They have the comeback mechanic in their favor, but Navi got 72%, and Rising is really a loss either way here, Vox.
No, I don't think that is. Tolkien is holding the objective, but Mutu is back.
Doesn't see him.
Damage chunking through. Beautiful use of the protection as well. There,
He just let the friggin' Turnus walk up to him.
Any incoming damage.
What's he doing?
It's a free fire the entire duration. This is again a symphony of perfection coming out of Natus Vincere, and Team Envy are yet to find a way to respond.
There's Stagger again.
Natus Vincere is not struggling at all. Literally at all. It seems like they're toying with Team Envy here at this point. I mean, I don't know.
This is kind of how you expect, in all honesty, this is how you expect the PPL versus PGS games to go.
Right.
But it's not the case. This is PPL versus PPL. This is a third seed out of Europe facing Team Envy, who are, if I'm not mistaken, also third seed there as well. No, fourth.
Oh, they're only third.
Yeah, they made it down to the fourth seed, as we forgot about the Renegades there. As we'll see now, don't get me wrong, the top part of NA is very strong. I'd like to see some of them, as we'll see it later on in the bracket. But man, this has got me a believer in EU as Phoenix. Calamity Blast there onto Random Noob TV. Mutu diving into the back line now. He finds one. He might go down. Badman takes him down, but the Whirlwind comes out once again.
Oh my goodness, and look at this. Spunky is holding down the front line. 1v1ing a ruckus here. Tolkien's trying to survive.
He's gonna kill him.
He has no fear, and Maldamba gets the kill. You can take the play off the frag champions, but you can't.
Delay is only like 10, should be like 10, 15 seconds.
Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous.
Heat Haze comes out planted as well, but Creative, even that support is going to wind up taking down Shaolin in Vocal. Now it's 120 left, and this is going to Navi. They're not stopping this. Envy can't. Red Serpent once again. The resource management has been perfect for Navi as they look to 3-0 Team Envy, and they will.
Creative's just destroyed.
Trying to get in there is Invocal, but it just doesn't matter. And as you said, and as Elven Path called it,
10 seconds.
3-0 to Natus Vincere, and they do advance forwards into the semi-finals of this wildcard bracket.
They didn't even have to sweat to win that one. It was a 3-0, and like you said, maybe PGS to PPL, but darn, I mean, oh, Envy, they struggled as we head over once again. 0-6 for Tolkien, 2-7 for Badman, 2-6 and Invocal, 5-8 for Random Noob, negative down the whole line of Envy.
So what was it that Elven Path was saying on the desk? It was, don't go for any recreational picks. Don't go for things which require that difficult element for you to be able to execute and for you to be able to pull off. And that's exactly what Navi did. They went, okay, we'll go with things which we know are reliable. We'll go for things which we know work with ease, and we have that wiggle room. But at the same time, that just wasn't the case for Team Envy.
Well, that was a great play there as we see a 3-0 coming out in favor of Navi. Let's head over to the VP guys and Gabriella over on the desk for some more information.
Thanks, Paul. Vox said it before I could, saying that Elven Path, you called it. Navi did not have a problem there. Is that exactly how you expected it to be executed?
Yeah, absolutely. Like 3-0, 4-0 games, completely outdrafted.
And Sim, you were saying that maybe Team Envy had some way to fight against this, but weren't looking that strong.
I believe, man. What can I say? I wanted Envy to win, but it was pretty obvious that Navi was going to take it after the first game. They went in with a lot of confidence. They made sure that they don't make the same mistake as they did against NIP, and went in with a lot of preparation with drafts.
That momentum just pushing through. So both of you mentioned draft at this point. So Elven Path, how exactly do you think Navi outdrafted Team Envy?
Chris is good on that.
Well, they just took our strats, basically. I mean, they saw us win everything with Buck Grover. Every single game, Buck Grover is in. And like, I have a little small comment, right? The first game, though, there was a situation when Envy were pushing, and they were like trying, and they had the Torvald ultimate, right? It was a Bright Marsh, but despite them being undrafted, I think that they could have at least tried to make it work with the Bright Marsh. All they needed to do on the push was to use Torvald ultimate to throw the enemy away from the point. They nearly pushed them, but instead they decided to use Drogo's ult, which was countered by Rakas and Janus ult. So Drogo's just died, and Torvald didn't use his ultimate once in that Bright Marsh game. And the thing is, you won't only use Torvald ultimate on the cap the on the defense or on the offense to you know, blow away the enemy from the capping point. You don't use it on the actual capture because it's useless there. And Torvald didn't use it once. If he used it there, if he displaced the enemy, I think they stood a chance, but they didn't, and it just shows maybe the difference. The difference
in ult management.
In ult management, guys. The most important thing in Paladins.
Ult management.
But yeah, the difference between teams, I'd say so.
So would you agree, Sim?
To the nail biter. Like, that made no sense. But anyways,
I
totally agree with Elven Path. It's so important that you know what ult you want to use.
I'm good.
and which you don't want to use.
How are you?
I think Torvald, like exactly what Evan Pass said, using your defense and attack is so important because at the last couple of seconds, like 5, 4, you pop ult, you throw everybody off the cart, and you defend it successfully. Even in 1v5, those situations, even if you don't happen to do it, it's just important to use it. Because if you save an entire game, then you use it for another game. But you're not gonna have it for another game. So
speaking of Ultimate, just the economy that happens with there, when Random Noob was on the desk yesterday, he was talking about how NA and EU have very different styles with that, and that sometimes EU isn't afraid to hold on and try and get aggressive without using their ultimates. So do you think that this was actually apparent here today in this match, that it was just a little difference in how Navi was handling their ultimates and knowing exactly when to push with them?
Honestly, they were completely outdrafted every single set, so there is not much knowledge, there is not much skill required to manage your ultimates when you're completely outdrafted, you know? I mean, when you're like blowing the enemy, right, you don't get to make strong decisions, to make hard decisions, so you can't really, I mean, it's not like that. However, I mean, again, second game, recreational tricks. Before they started, I said, please don't do that. No recreational picks against European teams. They went Strix into Grover. That doesn't work. Okay. And third game, they went Shaolin and Eevee into Grover already. That also doesn't work. So, not much to say. There is not much to manage ultimate-wise. Just a clean swipe.
So with that, of course, Team Envy, they will not be moving on within this bracket, and Navi themselves will be doing just that. So we're going to go ahead and hear from one of the players directly.
Yeah, they run.
So Vox, take it away.
Thank you so much. I am joined here now for a little bit of an interview by none other than Nadas Vince's Mutsu Mudu to start things off.
They beat SK.
After such a quick
They're gone. They're out. Oh, rip.
And then you went through to a 4-0 and a 4-0. Were you expecting more resistance against Team Envy here?
Yeah,
much shorter than expected. And going into this, we know that Team Envy had done a lot of work with their drafting before. It's something which they were kind of very proud of. They were looking to have their 7th man of meta pusher in there, their coach helping out with the draft process. But you guys just seem to run away with that draft system in the game. What adjustments had you made from moving forwards? And it looks like we'll be back in just a second. So, folks, sorry, we're heading back to the desk for a moment. We'll be there in a second.
Hey everybody, so coming back to the desk actually for a little bit of time and reflecting upon everything that we just saw between Navi and Team Envy. A lot that happened, really going in the favor of Navi here, but I hope you all have enjoyed the broadcast thus far, and when it comes through, we're gonna have another match ready for you in just a bit, so sit tight everyone, and we'll come to you with it.
They're just gonna cut his interview off? Okay, they're just totally gonna cut his interview off. What a dink. What a freaking dink. It's a trial 8 hours fever tomorrow. I'm actually excited for this match. Fnatic versus Lights. Anyways, I'm probably gonna end the stream, guys. I don't think Redix is playing again today. I think they're basically done, so. Nice. Anyways, yeah, I'm probably gonna end it there. I'm streaming Twitch and on YouTube. The stream I was watching, though, is on Twitch, if that's what you're wondering. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed, definitely like down below. I will stream the finals when they're on. I won't stream this right now. If the finals are today, I don't know if it's actually today or tomorrow. But anyways, I will stream those, obviously. So look out on my Discord. Anyways, guys, have a great, fantastic start of your weekend. Stay awesome.